What's the deal, my people? You know it is Don Tony Teflon. I'm back at you. Another one, and this one is why you get cheated on. Why is that the case? Why is it that people seem to cheat on you? If you have been cheated, I think everyone in the world has been cheated on before. We're going to discuss this exactly why this goes down, why people cheat, and what you can do to prevent being cheated on. And if you have been cheated on, you like to share your story, or you would like to take advice or something like that, please, you are able to join the chat. We're going to put the link in the description in a little bit. As always, when you see the title After Dark, you know that means we about the business tonight. That means it ain't. This is going to be some X-rated talk. So if you ain't into that, then I suggest you probably should not be in it. We all adults here, so hopefully you do. As always, please like and subscribe this video. Subscribe to this channel, like the video, share this video so we can get it out there. The more people that get that's liked, the more likely YouTube will put it out there, and then that will we'll have more people in the chat. And as always, we'll go through the people in the chat in a second. But as always, on the After Dark live streams, I am joined by the co-host of the After Dark, Anastasia from the Red Lipstick Club. What's going on, girl?
Hello, everyone.
What is that? What is that? How have you been?
Pretty good. Can't complain.
That's what I'm talking
Thought
about.
I would do some old Hollywood since we're going to be talking about some.
Well, that is beautiful. You look beautiful as always. Old Hollywood, or not. What up to everybody out here in the chat that's joining us? What up to all the people out here? Yeah, we're gonna talk about. We're going to get into this. We're going to get right into this topic and stuff like that. So first, we're going to say, listen, I'm not here to criticize people who have been cheated. I think everyone has been cheated on. I don't think if you've been in a relationship at one time, unless you one of them people who married your high school sweetheart, and that's the only person, like your grandmother did or something like that, your grandparents. Modern day dating, most likely you have been cheated on more than once. You know what I mean, and all that good stuff, and all that stuff. Tamara Anthony's in the building. She's saying, "Hey Anna, I've been enjoying your podcast."
Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Definitely check out Anna's podcast, Red Lipstick Club. You can find that on anywhere that podcasts are downloaded, and you can see her bio link in the description on her banner right there, so you can definitely find her and everything else.
Yeah.
So that is what's up. So original man 718, obviously Queens, New York. A salute to you too. Salute.
Hi. Welcome.
That is what it is. So any questions? We're here to take all the questions. And I said we're going to bring people on here if you want to get on here and you want to talk a little bit later about your incidences and your life, the things that have happened to you. We will definitely get into. All right, and we'll start with you. Then I'll go in there. Give me one cheating story that happened to you, so people don't think that we're trying to judge on the show. That it happens to us too. We've been through it.
Oh well, I don't think this is a judging thingy because I think people cheat and people get cheated on, and it's for a number of factors. I mean, I've been cheated on since high school, so like the first love of my life cheated on me. And back then he cheated on me because I was a virgin and didn't want to have sex before marriage.
That was the reason. So you did not want to have sex, and he
Mhm.
was like, if you're not going to give it to me,
Mhm.
then I'm going to get it somewhere else.
Yeah.
All right. So that's one form of cheating, of why people cheat. If you're not willing to do something, someone else will. All right. That happens all the time. I know a woman who refused to give oral sex,
Mhm.
and her husband cheated on her because he said this is something that he needed to have to get off. This is what he needed in his life. She just wouldn't do it. She just did not feel like she would not do oral sex. She was not doing it. Now he married her knowing that she wouldn't do it. It wasn't something that she just popped up. Just wasn't about it. She wasn't going to do it. And maybe he thought he could change her. Maybe he thought that once they were married, that she would change. But it didn't, and everything else. So he definitely, he wound up cheating on her in the end, because he said, and that was the whole reason why, is because she would not give him the oral sex that he desired.
But it wasn't a deal breaker, so why did he cheat?
Yeah, it is a reason like that. Is there a good reasons to cheat? Let's put it like that. Is there a good reason? Like, that's justifiable why you should cheat? Is there any reason you could give that says yes, you should cheat due
I
to
think in the moment it might feel justifiable, or you might convince yourself that it's justifiable to make yourself not feel so guilty. Like, especially if I've been in like a long distance situation where the other person was kind of like dropping the ball. That's usually when I feel like women, especially, are highly susceptible to cheating. Like one night out at a bar and someone's, complimenting you or saying things to you that you were like wanting your significant other to say to you, and you're kind of vulnerable. It's easy to cheat.
It's easy to cheat, but is it justifiable in any way to cheat? Can you say that I should have cheated? Like I had every right to cheat on you.
If you feel vindictive, I guess.
So it's just a vindictive. So it really is saying that there isn't no reason. There's no justifiable reason that anyone can come up with that says that
No,
they have the right to cheat and that they were justified for cheating.
I don't think so, because to me, when you're saying cheating, that means you've had no conversation with your partner about like any expectations of what your relationship will look like. Like, if is it open, or are you polyamorous? It's only cheating if you're doing something that was not agreed upon with you and your partner. That's how you cheat.
All right, so let's talk about that. What exactly what do we define cheating as?
Well, it could
What
be
is the definition
emotional.
of
It
cheating?
could be emotional.
All right, because it's different. There's different forms of cheating, right? So let's say this. Let's say that you're in a relationship with somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and you're at the work site, and you meet somebody at the work site, and you have conversations with this person. You're friends with this person.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do anything physically with them, but you go on lunch break with them all the time. You're hanging out. You start talking to this person and tell them about things going on in your life. You have some things in common and stuff. Is that cheating? Is that cheating? That building that friendship with this opposite sex person, or same sex, depending on how you swing.
Right.
Uh, is that? Could you just say that is emotionally cheating on somebody?
I would think if what you're talking to that person about, you couldn't also talk to your partner about, or your partner doesn't know about that person, then I would say you're doing some form of emotional cheating.
All right, Daisy says friendship isn't cheating, but when does he cross that line? You know what I mean? When does that line cross from friendship to cheating? Because if you're talking to another woman, you're a man, and you're talking to a woman at your job. Usually, this is where it happens. It happens at the job. From what I've seen, if
Mm-hmm.
you're at the job, there'll be a woman working at your job, whether you're in a factory, a warehouse, whatever, a lawyer's office, whatever, secretary. And somehow you start talking about your life, and you start talking about, she knows you're with someone, and maybe she's with someone, and she's telling you problems she's having in her relationship. And you're telling her
Mm-hmm.
about problems you're having in your relationship and things that are going on. Is that cheating, or is that just leaning on a friend? I mean, where does that line cross? How do you cross that line? If you're physically not touching the person, is it cheating just this talking about it?
I think it would be more so if there's a deception involved. So, for instance, if they're having all these conversations with this person about issues in our relationship, and that person, maybe I've asked them, like, what's going on, what's happening, and that person isn't telling me those same things, but they're going to tell this person, then they're being deceptive towards me. And so that feels, for me, like you are emotionally cheating,
So
because now you're being deceptive.
if someone isn't telling you the same things they're telling this opposite sex worker, you consider that being somewhat of cheating.
Not verbatim, but their conversations shouldn't be a complete shock to me.
All right. Daisy's saying no, talking about your relationship is not cheating. Everyone needs someone to talk to, but keep it 100. Listen, I think it is. I think you're setting it up. I think once you start getting into those conversations with someone of the opposite sex, let's just say someone that you're attracted to, right? Once you start getting into those conversations, you're setting up yourself to cheat. Like you're laying the foundation for it to happen to you. If you're in a relationship with somebody, you should not be eating lunch with someone in the opposite sex that you're attracted to,
Eating lunch?
or eating lunch, I don't, whatever you do, depending on what shift you work. I don't care if it's
Yeah,
breakfast.
eating lunch is not cheating, Tony. I'm
It
sorry.
is. But listen, if you're at a job, right, a job, and you go to lunch with some man every day, right, and it's you and just you two
Mm-hmm.
together, and you're eating lunch together, this is setting up cheating. You're
But what are
laying.
you talking about at this lunch?
It doesn't matter.
It does
If you're
matter.
in a relationship, you shouldn't be one on one with no other man. You shouldn't be hanging out with no other man. This whole I got a bunch of male friends. That's not what happens.
I've
Every
never had a
man.
guy tell me that, Tony.
Listen.
I have never.
Well, you're hearing it now because every man is trying to fuck some chick when he does that. I'm telling you straight up. If some man is befriending you at the job and talking to you just one on one, he's trying to sleep with you. He's not. He doesn't just want to be your friend. He doesn't care about what's going on in your life. He will use that to manipulate himself into your life because he feels like, hey, if I hang around her long enough, maybe she's not. Maybe she's somewhat attracted to me, but she's committed. But there's a thing called growing on somebody. And when you start seeing somebody every day, and they're helping you with your job and they're helping you out here to help, you start becoming attracted to people. You can become attracted to people that you weren't attracted to. And that's all that any guy who's doing that, I'm telling every lady, every dude in here, you know I ain't lying. They laying the groundwork for you to cheat with them. That's the bottom line.
Well,
That's
I
why
will
no
say
woman
that.
should
I
be
will
with a
say
situation
this.
like that.
I will say this. I don't think there's ever been any man that I've went to lunch with that I worked with every day. So I guess I could see it maybe from that perspective. If it was like a guy that was like always trying to go to lunch with me every single day, like which with my male coworkers has never been the case. Um, I get
Well,
that.
you know,
I don't think I would be doing every day with anybody, to be honest with you, man or woman. But um, that's just like too much time with one person. So I guess I could get that, but just going like on a random lunch or something, no. I'm sorry, no.
this is what happens. Now you see, I see a lot of women. Sometimes they'll say, "Oh, I have men friends." You know, if you go on a date with some man and you don't pay for your food and he pays for you, you're setting yourself up that he's gonna want to cheat with you. He's not just gonna pay your food because he's friends with you, or he's not just gonna get your take your tab. If you're just platonic, then you should be paying your own way. But once he puts that money down, that's money that's going on in the bank to your ass, and that's a down payment.
I will say if it's a call center environment, I feel like call center environments are susceptible to this type of stuff. Like once I was removed from a call center environment, I never saw this type of shenanigans again. It always happened in call centers. It was like a breeding ground for cheating.
Yep, I could see that. Jackie C is saying right here. Jackie C saying my boss pays for all
Yeah,
of our
my boss
lunches.
pays for my
All
lunch
right,
too sometimes.
you're talking about all. So right here we see like this is not a one-on-one situation. Your boss is you're all out together with your boss and a bunch of other
Well,
people, and he's
sometimes
paying for lunch.
sometimes we'll
That's
be one
not.
on one, but he does go one on one with the guys too.
Uh-huh.
So it's not just I'm
Well,
not the only person he's went on a one on one with.
I would say yeah. I'm saying if it's a one-on-one, you're about to be Cuomo. All right. Go ask the people who got Cuomo. All right. Go ask them, and they'll tell you straight up. That's how that should start. A one-on-one situation. Once you're going one-on-one, he's like, "Hey, why don't you come to lunch with me? I'm taking you lunch. I want to talk. I want to talk to you about something about the job." And once you go out there and you're out there and you're sitting there and you start laughing, see, this is what happens. What they want from you is they want to get you to see them in a different light. You know what I mean? See him in a different light. That's really what up to my man KP. I haven't seen KP. KP, he won a T-shirt. After he won a T-shirt, he
Yeah,
disappeared.
I
He
can't
disappeared. He
see.
got his T-shirt. And I've never heard from this kid. It's the first time seeing he had that shirt, man. You know what I mean? It was good with that, son.
Well, but is it too like what if like because I know with mine, but I've also met his wife, that invited and had like brunch with them. Like I know her pretty well, so he's not like a I don't know. I've never not even he's like done nothing inappropriate, like not even anything.
Yeah, right
I
now.
don't, I don't, I don't. But no, it's been years though. You know what
All
I'm
right.
saying? Like
I'm
I've had
saying
the same boss for
I'm
years.
not saying that he's a boss. I think boss is a different situation because bosses usually, they usually own their P's and Q's. They understand that what position they're in, they can get sued. Now Cuomo, he took it to a different level. And that's why he got what he got. But I'm trying to tell you the truth. You know what I mean? Red Leaf. Let's say I'll read this with Red Leaf now. Finish. I have cheated on way too many people, and I have been cheated on. One thing I know for facts is sex is the last thing to go. When it comes to the point where you don't want to smash, it's over. I agree with that statement. If you are not physically attracted to the person you're with, and you do not want to have sex with that person, the relationship's over.
Yeah,
The relationship's over. It's a
right.
done deal. That's why sex can never be the priority in your relationship. You can never say, like, if you write a list about you take a piece of paper, you write yourself a list, and you say, what do I love about being with this person? If the first thing you put down is sex, then your relationship's not going to work. I guarantee your relationship will work because there's only so many times you can sleep with someone in your lifetime, and eventually it's going to come down to where you reach a certain age where you're not going to be able to sleep with them anymore, and then you gotta fall back on something else. Just wanting to be around that person being your best friend, that person just being someone that you enjoy spending your time with. Once that goes away, you don't want to have sex with them no more. Then it's all over, and sex don't last forever. So as I was saying before that, you know, I forgot what I was saying before that. I shouldn't have done that. We'll just switch it up. We'll go to something else. But all right, we'll go to a different different thing. Let's see, KP, we're talking about. All right, if you are a boss and you are treating a colleague, a subordinate, or whatever, you should pay. If you know that the person you're going to eat with is struggling financially, you should pay. That's KP rules. All right, so I agree and I disagree here. All right, I'm going to say this once again, and I want every woman out here to understand this. If a man takes you out to eat and he pays the bill, he's not doing it because he's a nice guy. He's doing it because he wants to sleep with you eventually. If he's single,
Yeah, no.
yes, he
Oh, if
is.
he's single, okay. If he's
Even if
single,
he's in a relationship,
no, I don't
yeah,
believe that.
you don't have to. I'm
I
sure.
don't.
Sure.
Well,
I'm telling you.
why don't you pull the chat? Because I don't
Well,
believe
so
that.
why would you allow a man to pay for you if you're in a relationship with another man?
I'm not saying I'm in a relationship.
I'm
I'm a
saying
single
if you're
woman.
in a relationship with a man, why would you allow another man to pay for you if you went out to
I
eat?
think the only time another man has paid for something for me when I was in a relationship literally is because my boss was taking us to dinner
We're not talking about
or
Boston.
to lunch or whatever. That's it. I don't
Let's
think
not pull up
I've
Boston.
I don't think I've ever had a guy that I've allowed pay for something for me in a relationship unless I felt like I was going to be cheating.
All right. So again, I'm saying like this: you're in a relationship with somebody. Your coworker says your male friend says, "I'm going to take you out to lunch." When you go out to lunch with him, he flips the bill. Do you think that that's good to do when you're in a relationship with someone and go out with some male friend of yours and him flipping the bill and you're not paying anything?
I don't. Oh, I'm trying to think if I've done that.
Because I'm telling you, this is what it
I
is.
don't know if I don't know if I've even been out with a male friend that I worked with that paid for lunch. I don't know. If
I
it was
do.
like that, it's maybe because we said, "Hey, I got you this time, and you'll get me next time" or something. But it's never been a one way street.
Jackie's like, what if you're broke? Listen, we're not talking. You can always put X factors in there, like I'm broke, blah blah. But I'm telling you, if a man is putting money down on you, he's putting money down on you with intentions to do something. He's not doing it just to be friends with you. All right, that's just the way it is. That's the way it goes. If it's you and him one on one, he's not just doing it just to be cool. Like I've been out many times. Even when I went to the con, you can tell the people I went to the con with, and we went out, a group of us, and I paid for the whole group. Not if someone one on one, the whole group, because we were all a group of us. But if I took some shorty out, and I'm going to dinner or whatever, and I'm like, I got this girl, don't worry about it. I'm doing that with the intentions for her to see how generous I'm being, and that's the first installment of the payment process. That's what it is. When you go out to a bar and you're sitting there, and some guy comes over to you, he's like, "Can I buy you a drink?" He's not buying you that drink because he likes you, like he just wants to be your buddy. He's buying you a drink because that's the first initial payment. He's paying for you. That's what it's all about, and it's the same exact thing if you're in a relationship, and that's how cheating starts. That's why I tell you, if someone is working, I say I had my ex-girlfriend, Hennessy, when I was with her. We worked at the same job together, and then I left that job, and then I started hearing that she was going to lunch with this one guy from the job. It was always them sitting down, going to lunch all the time, and people started coming back to me. Yo, your girl's sitting with blah blah blah. Every time they're taking a break, they don't break together. They're sitting there together. They're sitting there together. What happens? Me and Hennessy breaks up. Who she got babies with right now? With that motherfucker. Right? With that motherfucker. That's who she got kids with right now.
I mean, I feel like this is personal for you.
It's not personal for me. I'm just telling you, I just know the facts. I'm just telling y'all the truth.
This is feeling very personal. This is feeling very personal for you, Tone.
Thug mug in hand. There's always thug mug in hand. No, it's not personal.
Scratch in hand.
Well, cheers. Cheers.
I know we didn't even take a drink first before you went into that level of devastation.
But I'm saying it all leads to that. That's what people do. I've done it.
I don't think you're totally wrong, Tony. Like, I get what you're saying. I just don't want to, I guess, blanket every single interaction with a male counterpart as that. But I would probably say the bulk of them, if that's the case, and you're spending every break together and blah blah blah, that's just not some casual getting to know you at work stuff. So I get that. And to be frank, the one time I did have like a little thing with somebody at work who was going through he's going through a divorce or whatever, but looking back on it now, he should not have been spending so much time with me.
Well, you shouldn't have been spending so much time with him.
No, I was single.
Yeah, but he was still going through something and you knew it.
Well, no, because I didn't approach it that way. He came to me like that.
All right, but he at one time he said to you, "I'm going through a divorce or whatever. I'm separated from my wife." He said that to you, and you didn't go away. You didn't say, "Hey, why don't you get through what you get through, and then we'll talk after." You still pursued, even though that was the case. You still had those.
I didn't really pursue it per se.
I mean, you didn't run away from it.
I might have had one evening where we had maybe a few too many cocktails that one evening.
Okay.
And it might have resulted in something.
Okay, so now we're gonna blame it on alcohol. I mean,
because it never happened again.
I'm blaming it on alcohol. I'm playing Jamie Foxx song. That was out.
It never happened again.
It never happened again because probably he wasn't good. I mean, there could be a lot of factors why.
I mean, quiet as kept. You're not lying, but. You're definitely not lying. It was definitely like, it feels like they're just like humping a hole or something. I'm just like, that vagina is attached to a human being, in case you wanted to know. Yeah.
All right. So Red Leaf saying, Teflon TV. So what is cheating? What is your God definition? So we're going through right now emotional.
Tony said breathing. Tony said breathing around any man is cheating.
That's not true. I'm just saying there is a thing of emotionally. If you're connecting with somebody and you're telling them you and your partner's business, whether you have to get things off your chest or with everything else like that, you should have a male friend, someone of the same sex, someone that you're not attracted to. You should be confining that information into them. If you're confiding information into someone that you're attracted to, then you are already emotionally cheating on the person that you're with, and you're setting yourself up to cheat. That's
Yeah,
the bottom line.
sure. I would agree. You're not being responsible with your actions.
You know
Because
that,
I think too, for some women, like we say, well, what's the big deal? But I don't know if any of us would be comfortable if our man told us every day he was going to have lunch with some woman every day.
no, if you found out right now, all the ladies right, we'll go through the ladies first. That you're in a relationship and your fiance or whatever it
Yeah,
is eating lunch with the same woman
every day.
every day.
Yeah.
He's at work, just them two. Would you say that's fine, or would you say you better stop? What would y'all say? We'll go through all the ladies in the chat right now, because
Especially if he's paying, definitely not.
definitely not. See, this is what I'm saying. See, then you're coming around now. Now you're coming around. Now you
I don't
understand.
know. I mean, so I feel like you might be a little bit more extreme than me, but a lot of what you're saying, I totally understand. I totally agree.
The first two ladies say they definitely have to stop. They have at least some of us got you got to stop it. You got to stop this without a doubt. You know what I mean? Daisy's like, if I knew about it, I want to meet her like all this. Yeah, you ain't meet it. It's at the job. You can't go. How do you got to go to the job? You can't go to the job. You can't go. You can't go
Uh,
to the job. You can't. That's their thing. You can't go inside the plant and watch it and everything else like that. KP is like, Tony, you're wrong. Look, KP, I'm gonna open up. I'm gonna put the link in the description for people, and you can come on here and tell me why I'm wrong. All right, if that's what you want to see, if that's what you want to say, I'm about that life, brother. You can definitely
well,
get gear up.
I have a question though.
Yeah.
If you're somebody that's friends with both people and you find out that one of them is cheating, and technically the one that's cheating is the one that you maybe had the relationship with first or a closer relationship with them, do you feel obligated to say something if you find out they're cheating or they tell you or whatever? Do
All
you
right. So
feel like
your friend,
you should have to keep the
your friend,
secret?
your friends with the couple, and
Yes.
then someone in the couple cheats,
Yes.
and then after that, you feel like you have to tell one of them.
Do you feel you are
All
obligated?
right. Are you the person now? How did you meet them both at the same time, or you knew one before?
I Let me think. So when this happened to me, I knew them both at the same
You
time.
met them both at the same time.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would.
I worked with one,
Uh
and
huh.
she started cheating with somebody at work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say you got to mind your business on that one.
That's how I feel because a lot of times too, people stay together. They keep the person. They don't break up, and then you're the one that came and told them about this cheating, and then you're the one looking like a fool, and they've just moved on with their lives.
Yeah, you got it. Sometimes you got to keep it private. You know what I mean? Like, because even if like, let me give you. I'm not going to say anybody's names, but let me give you an example. I know a couple who are going through what they were going through, and this one guy, he introduced his wife to people. You know, he was friends with a bunch of people, and went to a place and met the friends he knew, and he introduced his wife to a bunch of people, and then these people, they became friends with his wife because they liked her. The next time they seen him, you don't know. He's not explaining everything that's going on in his life, but obviously him and his wife were having some difficulties and opening up, and he was, started seeing some other woman.
Mm-hmm.
So the people, who had met his wife, they said, "Well, you're disrespecting us because we liked your wife,
Mm-hmm.
and you're doing this right in front of us." And to
Mm-hmm.
me, you're disrespecting your wife. And then some of these people went back and they tried to, tell the wife. But
Mm.
there's one individual who was running his mouth the most about he was doing it. When he went back to talk to, oh, I'm so sorry this happened to you, but what you doing, by the way?
And then he hit on her.
Exactly, because that is the true intentions of men. That's what they're doing. They don't care that you cheated. They didn't care. They didn't care about her like that. They just wanted it. Just like that. Oh, when Nipsey Hussle passed away, people slid up in his wife's fucking DMs like the same week.
Yeah, that was so disrespectful.
The same week, people that was up in there. Hey, how you doing? You looking good, girl. There's a song that Shy made back in the day called "Comforter." Right?
That's a jam.
Yeah, yeah.
I will comfort you.
Oh yeah, they will
I
comfort
will
you. They
comfort
will try to
you.
comfort you in your time of need. And then all of a sudden, they dick is
Come
out.
tell me what's on your mind.
Yeah,
Let
and
me
say,
comfort you.
lay down. As the song says, lay down and tell me. Don't tell me while you're standing up. Why don't you lay down
Lay
right here
down,
and tell me
tell
what's
me
on
what's
your mind?
on.
Yeah, tell me what's on your mind. Don't
Get
sit in that.
relaxed.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
relaxed and
Don't
tell me
sit in
what's
that
on your
chair
mind.
and tell me. Lay your ass down over here and tell me
Put
what's
on
on your
something comfortable and tell me.
Exactly. Oh, so it's like, well, what? All right, I'll tell you. Then all of a sudden, like, why is your dick out? Oh, is my dick out? Oh, is it? Really? I had no idea it was
I don't
out.
know how that happened.
How'd that jump off like that? What the dick out of
You
there?
just look like you needed a massage.
That is exactly the way it is, man.
What did Tamara say? Oh, I think Tamara. What did Tamara say?
Oh, she's agreeing with something, but probably Lady Starfall. Maybe she's agreeing with. Lady
Oh.
Starfall says, I had a friend like that too, Tamara Anthony. I thought he was my friend, and one night we all went out and he hit on me. I was crushed because I could not believe you. Why would you
Were
not
were
believe?
you single, Lady Starfall, or were you in a
Well,
relationship?
yeah, but even so, I don't know how that would shock a woman. Every man that is out there with you is out there with the potential to sleep with you. He's not being your friend just to be your friend. That's just that's not the way it happens. There's no man out there just out there with you. I want to be friends with you. I want to be friends with you. As for KP, I only send the link in the second and this after the first hour is up. First hour is me and Anna's hour. So that's when I put the link down there.
Ooh, I think you have to stay on.
And all that stuff and everything else. So the link's not there. But no, listen, that's what their intentions are. They're men. You understand? They're men. Men and women are not the same. Women may be able to not do that. You know what I mean? Women may not be able to do it. Women may have different intentions. It's different for women. They've been getting dudes been trying to fuck them since they were 16 years old. Guys been trying to fuck women since they were sleeping with pillows and having wet dreams. I don't know if women have wet dreams. I don't know
We
if they
do.
have.
We do.
When you're a child, that happens to you. You wake
I
up
don't
with
know.
a big
I don't
wet
know.
spot in the bed.
I feel like people. I mean, I don't know if it's wet. It's not the same. Like we don't have like the
Yeah,
same
exactly. See, when
ejaculation.
you're a child, when you're a man, you wake up and there's just cum all over all over
Yeah,
you.
no, ours isn't like that.
Yeah, exactly. See, this is what happens with men. Like I remember when it happened. I remember to this day when that happened to me in 6th grade. I remember it happening to me, and I woke up and I was like, oh, and I looked at myself and I looked down and I seen everything, and the first thing that came out of my mouth was, oh my God, I could have babies. Yeah, that's what came out of my mouth. That's what I remember
I
right
think
there.
that's how I felt when I got my period for the first time. I said, "Oh my god, I could get pregnant."
And everything. Yeah, so that days like, and not every man. So listen, no, nothing is exclusive.
Yeah, no, nothing
Nothing
is.
is 100% anyway.
No,
Nothing is ever 100%, no matter what it is. So you can
but I
always
would
say
say the
not
both.
every man, but
The
I'm
both.
telling you that most men, 95.7%, that is their intention, unless they're not attracted to women or not attracted to you. Now, if he's not attracted to you, you don't do it for him. then yes, of course he's not going to want to cheat on you. He don't like you.
With the amount of men that have, not even to my knowledge, cheated on their spouses with me, I'm telling you, they most of them do it.
No doubt. Tamara Anthony, I knew a guy who told me when he hugged me, his whole intention was me for him to feel his eggplant. Of course, that's why you hug people. That's what the hug is about. The hug is to feel the boobs press up against your body and for
True.
them to feel what you are working with. That's all the hug is. The hug ain't nothing more than that. The hug's a very sexual maneuver.
Is
Very
it?
sexual. You know, a very emotional, very sexual maneuver.
I just think, Tony, you've been doing a lot of shit you ain't supposed to do. That's why that's your reaction to everything.
What have I done? What have
You're
I
the one
done?
with all the hoes from this borough to that borough. That's why every act you're like, that's sexual, because you
This is
have
not true.
manipulated every form of caring or touch to be of in some sexual nature.
You telling me
You've
that
done
hugs
that.
are sexual by nature?
I think no, I do not
No.
think a
So
hug
you
is
would, all
sexual
right. So
in
you would just
nature.
hug anyone who ever came up to you. You just give them hugs.
Yeah, I give a lot of hugs out.
So it doesn't matter who it is. You just give them a hug.
Yeah, it wouldn't have to be like a I'm a hugging person,
All
so
right. So you don't think that when a guy comes up to you and he want to hug you, it's not to feel your big titties or against his chest. He's not doing it for that reason.
I wouldn't say every time. Sure, probably there's some pervs because I'm not stupid,
Some.
but I would not say all of them. No, I
What do you
would
mean
not.
some?
But also, it's how they hug me. Like the ones that are trying to do that, they hug me like this. The ones that are just trying to be like a friendly, they hug me on the side. That's the difference. It's how they hug you.
Listen, let me try to tell you something.
If
Let me
you're
tell
trying to
you
hug
that.
me on this side, if you hug me on this side, not only are you not feeling my boobs, but I'm not feeling anything you have.
Listen, let me tell you something, man.
Even
Guy
the
comes to
huggers let
you.
you
The guy
side hug.
comes to you, and he's trying to hug you and pull his body next to yours. He's doing it sexually.
No, no, Tone, you are doing it sexually.
They all do. I'm telling you
No,
about. I'm telling
no,
you about this.
you are doing it sexually. You, you need to take a good look at yourself.
I look at myself every
What does
goddamn
the
day.
chat what does the chat think?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
guys
y'all
think
people
that's a
just
personal
bugging.
problem?
Y'all are all just bugging, and y'all just play. Y'all just bugging. And y'all lying to yourselves.
Okay,
I'm not lying. I'm not lying to myself. I
okay.
know the truth, and that's the bottom line. I know what's going on here. I know what it is and stuff like that. Man, draw a hug is not sexual. All right, sensual. All right, there's no such thing as a sensual hug. There,
You said
no,
sexual.
no, yeah, sexual. There's no such thing as a sexual hug. So everyone who just hugs people is just hugging them, just to hug them. That's bullshit. All right.
I told you the
Every
difference
man
for
in here is
me.
lying. Anyone who says that is a straight fucking lie.
No,
I,
I told you the difference for me, Tony. I said if the guy hugs me from the front, that is different from a guy that hugs me from the side.
mm-hmm.
Those are two different hugs.
Mm-hmm.
The interaction is completely different.
I'm not saying when you hug your grandmama, it's sexual. There's a difference. We're not talking about stuff like that. But I'm trying to tell you the truth. If a man is trying to come to you, he's trying to press his body up against yours. That's a hug. All right, let's put it like this.
I mean, if I'm hugging
All right,
Manjel, it's probably very sexual.
let
But
what if you hey hug your mandrill? No, it's not sexual, right?
oh no,
If
it
you,
probably definitely is.
oh, it would,
But
but it would be that. All right, so
but I would not side hug him
now, of course you would. All right,
because
because you want him to feel you against him.
that's why you would do that.
What have I been saying here this whole
No, you
time?
did not acknowledge what I said. I
This is what I'm saying the
specifically
whole
said it
time.
depends on the type of hug that I'm giving. If it's a side hug, then no, that is not a sexual hug.
Listen, when someone hugs you and they rub their hands up and down your back, they're
Not
not
a
doing that,
side hug,
everybody.
Tony. A
No
side
one
hug.
side hugs, but
Yes, they do.
who
Yes,
comes
they
up to the
do.
side and hugs you from like this and it goes like
Almost
this, like
every
one of these things like that?
yes, almost every man I know that's married or has like a relationship partner, They hug me from the side.
They shouldn't be hugging you at all.
Okay, well, some people you know, and you've known them a long time, so they're still gonna hug me.
They shouldn't be hugging you at all if they're in a relationship.
Oh, you sound jealous.
But listen, if I have a woman, I
You
have a
sound
woman.
jealous.
If I have a woman and you're my girlfriend, you ain't going around hugging motherfucker.
Yeah, you don't get to tell me who to hug. I'm sorry, no.
You ain't going around hugging motherfucker. You ain't doing that.
You sound jealous.
So if some guy comes up from the behind you and hugs you from the back,
Did I say a behind the
I'm
back
saying,
hug?
I'm asking.
A
I'm
behind the
asking.
back hug is his dick on my back. So no, that's not the same as a side hug.
All right, so the dick on the back hug is a sexual hug then.
And if it's from a guy and I'm in a relationship, I don't want any guy, especially if I'm in a relationship, hugging me like that or hugging me like this if they're not my family.
Because it's sexual, right?
But a side hug, no.
No, but the other two ways are sexual.
I mean, not for me, but I think for men it'd be kind of hard for it to not be for him.
Mm-hmm. I think you already admitted that that's all sexual, and the only one that's not. And see,
I just love how you
Mandrell sitting
totally
here,
bypassed what I just
Mandrell sitting here capping in the chat. I've never hugged anybody sexual in my life. Who are you capping at, nigga? Come on, man. I mean, who are you capping at here? You think I don't believe that shit, man? You never hugged no one and your dick got hard? Please. Please, God damn it. I want to hear that bullshit, man. I'm not here for the bullshit. You know, Mandro, you getting the link. You coming the fuck on here when I was up, because you're going to have to explain yourself with that bullshit. You over here capping and shit. Okay, yeah, you straight capping. I've never hugged anyone sexual in my life. Really?
Mandra, I find that very hard to believe that you have never hugged a woman sexually. Now, come on now. There is no way in hell.
Listen.
No way. There's no way.
Daisy is saying, who is hugging legit friends with the intent to rub a sausage? Who are these people? Y'all need to meet new people. Every dude
I don't think it's an intent though. Always. It just happens, and I think it's just why even go there?
The Siren Time said, I want a whole hug from Anna respectfully. Yeah, I'm sure you do, god damn it. But that's not sexual though, right? Please. Y'all people just capping here. And that's what it all is. A hug is nothing. Yeah, okay, then it is.
I'll hug you, Mandrell, and you let me know if it feels like nothing to you.
Yeah, a hug is nothing. Motherfucker. If a hug is nothing, then you could just walk up to every stranger in the world and just hug them. You don't do that. Like when you embrace your boys you ain't seen in a while, you hug them, right? To show them that you have affection for them, right? Like that means more than a handshake, right? Like you handshake people, yeah, but when you hug your boy or whatever, you hug them, you're saying you're showing love, right? That's the intention of the hug. And how hard you hold the hug is how much you love this person and you're happy to see them at that time. So if that goes on between people of the same sex, what do you think is going on with the opposite sex? Or to people that they're physically attracted to in that way sexually?
Like
I'm
I
telling you
said,
that I'm hugging you to put your big old titties against my rock hard body so you can see what you're missing. Listen, and a hug is standing up. But what if you were laying down and you did the same exact maneuver laying down? The same maneuver.
Here you go, Tony. You
It's
just
a,
took it
it's
to
a,
the next
if you do the
level.
exact same thing laying down, that's sexual, right? And all you did was go from a vertical to a horizontal, from a horizontal to a vertical position. It's the same thing. It's just standing up. It's the same thing.
Like I
And
said, to
if
me,
you
it
lay down on
depends
your
if it's a
back,
side
if you
hug
laying
or
on your
a front
stomach,
hug.
and some guy hugs you from the back, whether he's standing or laying down, he's doing it to put his dick on your ass.
I don't think I've ever had, and what's funny is I don't think I've ever had a guy that wasn't gay hug me from behind that wasn't interested. So
Listen, have you ever hugged a man?
I've
I'm,
never
I'm,
had a
I'm gonna, I'm gonna.
casual guy friend hug me from behind. That's a very intimate hug.
All right,
From behind hug.
it sure is. I'm a behind hugger.
I'm sure you are. I'm sure. I'm sure you're trying to find a way to put your dick near your ass as quickly
I
as
am a behind motherfucker hugger, without a doubt. Let me explain it to you like this. This is like I prove to all you people. Let me go back to what we're talking about cheating after this, and we get a little bit off topic dealing with hugs. I can tell you exactly. Have you ever hugged somebody, and when you hug them, you pushed your ass away from them? You know what I'm talking about, right? You just leaned in with the
yes,
upper part of your body, but you
yes.
made sure the lower part of your body wasn't close to that. You physically made sure it wasn't like that,
Make sure
right?
there was space.
Yes. There's a reason. Why are you making sure there's space if it isn't sexual? If that's why you're doing it. Other people, you're not trying to get rid of that space because you know that that's sexual. But the person you don't want, you're like, okay, let me make sure I pull this away because you don't want to feel nothing from them and you don't want him to feel nothing from you.
Especially, like I said, if it's face to face.
Exactly. Look at Tamara Anthony, she's telling the truth here. Yes, I have. Exactly, you have, because you know what the deal is.
Mm.
Hey, Jackie, see, if some man hugs me from behind, he better run.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Jackie. Like, I'm like, I don't think I've ever in my life had a man that wasn't trying to hit on me that hugged me from behind. I've never experienced that.
Hit them likes, y'all. Exactly like Fernandez teaser. Hit them likes, people. Let's get this thing popping and everything else. All right. So we went through emotionally cheating and then physically cheating. I guess we all know what physical cheating is. Let's go through it.
It's getting oral cheating.
If you're in
Because
a
according to Bill Clinton, it wasn't sex.
All right, so it's not sex. We could say that it's not sex, but if you're doing something, all right. The bottom line is this: this is easy way to go. If you are ladies in the chat, if you walk in your house and you see your man getting oral sex from your best friend or your sister, whoever, do you consider your man cheating on you or not?
He'd be lucky to get out of there alive.
All right. So if you, all right, if you walk in there,
And her too.
all right, and you see a man performing oral sex on your best friend or your sister, would you think your man's cheating, or you say, "Hey, how's it going down there? Let me go get dinner ready. You want a bowl of cereal? Well, you done or what?" Well, I mean, what would you say here if that's not cheating? Obviously, it's cheating. Obviously, it's cheating. There's no way. If I come home and my chick is sucking the next nigga dick, all right, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Number one, I'm gonna let you finish.
Are you?
I'm gonna let you finish because you better do it. You better because he's in trouble. I'll never touch a woman, but I'm gonna let him get his off because he's in trouble. He's in big trouble, big trouble. That's the bottom line. So go ahead
like
and
like violence.
get your money. Oh, violence. I choose violence. Know that about me. God damn it. I in that situation, I choose violence. I'm not just one of these
Oh.
people. I would never be violent towards a woman. She gotta get the fuck out right now. You gotta get the fuck out, or I gotta get the fuck out, or whatever. But someone's gotta go. But
I
for
always
his
say I'd
ass,
kill you, but I don't think I would. I think I would just cry because I'd be so disappointed.
oh, I ain't crying. I ain't crying.
I'm not really a violent person, so I think I would just be so disappointed in you.
Yeah,
It's either I'm gonna cry or I'm going to be like straight faced,
yeah. I'm not.
and
I'm
that's
not.
probably scarier. And you should definitely leave.
Yeah, no. Then you can't. Yeah, I wouldn't. See if you cheat. No, like I wouldn't. If I cheated on a chick and got caught, I wouldn't go asleep around because that's when the chicks try to get you when you're sleeping. That's when they try to take you out as soon as you fall
I've
asleep.
never been violent, so I don't know. I don't really,
I'm violent in a situation like that. So let
and
me put.
I don't
All right,
like to
so
pick up
let me put it like
shit.
this. So if there's a guy who is cheating on with my girlfriend and she lied to him, he had no idea about me, no idea.
Mm-hmm.
She lied to him, said she was single, took him back to our place. He
Mm-hmm.
did what he did, had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still kicking his ass. I'm still gonna beat your ass. I don't give a fuck. You that's just fucked up. I'm still beating that ass. And that's just the bottom line. You getting that ass hit. That's the way. What up to the cakester who I have not seen you in a little while, girl. And it is
And
so good to see you again, cakester, without a shadow of doubt. And rolling like why? Why am I would I beat him up? Because he made
because he
it's
can't
like
help himself.
demasculating me. That's what it is. Like he's taking some of my machismo
How did he do
away
that
from
though?
me.
He didn't even know you existed.
Yo, he should have. He fucked up.
How?
He should have did his research.
Because you had a lion hoe, it's his fault.
He should have did his research. You better do your research. You listen. You should have did your damn research. You should
I
have
don't
figured
believe
it out.
that. I'm sorry. That's not his responsibility.
I don't care.
Because you had a scandalous female for you.
You're the wrong place at the wrong time. And that's it. I gotta take it out on someone. I'm not gonna take it out on her.
Why don't you just go
Someone
to the
gonna have to
boxing
feel.
gym?
Someone gonna have to feel the smoke. Someone's gonna have to get the beach by Dre, and that's just the bottom line. And there's no way around it. It's got to go down,
Mhm.
and that's it. That's just the way it goes. I remember my mama told me a story. She said my aunt Sandra, her husband was cheating on her, and they went back. They went back inside the. They went back in the house, and he put the girl in the closet.
Well, that
Right?
was stupid.
He got away with it. No one found out. They both
Oh.
walked out the house. But my mama told me, she was like, man, she was like, Tony, if I would have seen that woman in that house, and my mama was from Marshy Projects, born and raised. And she's a big girl. She's a big girl. She was like, I would have beat her and stripped her naked and threw her out on the streets. And that wasn't her husband. That was her daughter's husband. And my mom was like, I would have stripped her naked, beat her down, stripped her completely butt naked, and threw her on the street. Right? So maybe it just runs in my family.
That y'all are violent.
that this is the way this thing has got to be handled. But you know, when you disrespect someone, it's got to get handled, baby. And that's just what it is. So I would have no choice but to handle it that way if it went down that way. People are asking for Fill the Issues guy. We'll put the link out there for Fill the Issues guy. I was waiting to see if he hits the chat first before I did that.
So, what is everybody drinking tonight? It is the after dark, so it should be a little fun. Besides talking about Tony beating somebody's ass for fucking
Listen,
the hoe.
hypothetically, it's hypothetical. It didn't happen. Didn't say we were good. We did. This is just hypothetical. I
He's
have
already
hypothetical.
opening his demise.
Hypothetical.
He's thinking about where he's going to hide the body.
I don't know if I go that far. It's not worth it. My life. I just beat him up a little bit.
You could black out. You could black out though and end up killing him.
All right, so we got right here. We got Jackie C. Budweiser, Fernandez T's
Budweiser.
got Guinness and some blunts. John
Oh.
Haymaker does not drink. That's a shame.
Well, are you drinking soda or water?
Now Daisy has got what is that? A wave and a heart.
Mm.
Black heart at that. It's like I don't know what that means, but it is well. We got somebody
Red
leaf.
Bull.
Red leaf. I don't know what that is. All right. There
Prone
you
Tony
go.
says, "What if you lose the fight?"
Huh?
Prone Tony says, "What if you lose the fight?"
That's not gonna happen. I guarantee you that. Amstel Light is here. Wine is here. A blended Scotch and whiskey.
Scotch for
And
me.
you know what I mean? No, that's not even enough. That's just it's not feasible for that to happen. So
Have you ever lost a fight?
No. I've been in many. I'm from Queens, New York. I've been in brawls. But as for like a one-on-one situation, no. And there's not many one-on-one situation in the city. It doesn't really roll like that. But no, it doesn't happen. No. I mean, in the boxing ring, I've lost on points before, but I've never been knocked out. I've knocked a lot of people out. But that's what it is. Fernandez, he got Jameson shots too. Pink alligator here. We're not talking about all that stuff like that and everything else like that. Listen, y'all can believe whatever you want and everything else. And people like, oh, come on, no, I've never lost. I never got beat up ever. No one's ever beat me up in my life. That's never happened ever. That's just the way it is. Believe whatever you want, man. You know what I mean? We got. Sorry, but that fat. Red finish like
Oh,
Maker's
weird.
Marks and Royal Combs. Y'all can believe what you want. I don't care. I know the facts. You know what I mean? That's just the bottom line. And if you
Has
want to
Red
remember,
Fitted been here before?
I
I
have
don't
not
know.
seen Red Fitted yet. I think he's definitely new up in this piece. So let's say what up to this brother right here, rocking with
Red
us
Fitted,
right
are
now.
you new? If so, I'd be curious as to how you found the channel. I've never seen you in any of our lives before.
Yeah,
So,
that's good. That's good. That's good to know and everything. Thanks to some brother coming out here rocking with us, man. We truly appreciate all that and everything
mhm.
else like that. And all that. We'll wait for his response. While we wait for his response and stuff, we'll open it up to the floor in a little bit. We're gonna open it up to the floor. All right, we're gonna try to get some people
Well,
up in here.
we brought up cheating, you guys, because I sent some posts to Tone about Amber Rose and I mean, I don't know if that's her fiance or how they're like defining that relationship.
Uh-huh.
But if you don't know Amber Rose, she dated. She's like with the shaved blonde hair. That's what she's famous for. And she was like did some modeling and stuff like that. She
She got
did
a
the
fat
slut
ass.
walk. She was with Wiz Kanye first, then Wiz Khalifa. She had her first kid with Wiz, and then she's been with the guy now. What's his name? AE, who's the person she has her newest kid by her second son, I believe. Yeah, son. And so turns out he's a serial cheater. He's cheated with like over a dozen women. She came out and posted on her IG, okay, I'm tired of being embarrassed. Like he's cheated with this many women. And he went on like a radio segment, and it was almost like I don't know if I would say call it bragging per se, but he didn't really have much remorse for his behavior. And then he says that he loves her, but that's his best friend and he loves their family, which kind of tells me he has no desire to like be in any kind of committed relationship. And I'm curious if she knew that about him beforehand or what was going on. But she later was talking about dating a narcissist. And I have found that narcissists that cheat, I mean, they'll bring it back on you as if it's your fault very quickly, and they have little to no empathy
All
about
right.
what they did.
I don't, this. So we're going through the facts of why people cheat. So let's just talk about narcissists and why narcissists cheat. Oh, why? Let's get the definition of a narcissist. Let's go right from the beginning. Let's get the dictionary definition. So we're all clear on exactly what we're talking about here. All right. Let's go with
Is
this.
is
All right.
this Redley's first
It
time on the
says
screen
that
with
the
me?
narcissist personality is a personality disorder. Personality disorder is found more commonly in men. The cause is unknown, but likely involves a combination of genetic and environmental factors. The
Hmm.
symptoms include an excessive need for admiration, disregard for others' feelings, an inability to handle any criticism, and a sense of entitlement. Disorder needs to be diagnosed by a professional. All right, so when you deal with a narcissist, this is the symptoms that they have:
Yeah.
excessive need for admiration. So right off the bat, you can hear exactly for that what. Now this is a disorder, right?
Yes, it
So,
is, and you can't cure
so
it.
when someone's in the narcissist, when someone is one, I mean, they should, is it their fault? I mean, if they have a disorder,
You still have to take responsibility for your actions because even though you can't cure it, it is something that you can learn with therapy to recognize in yourself, and you can make different decisions. But most narcissists choose not to make different decisions.
yeah, but if they don't, what if you don't know it? What if you don't know?
Well, if you
Maybe
don't know, then you're basically just a terrible person.
But you have a disorder. You have a
But you don't
problem
know
now.
you have a disorder, so you're just a terrible
Yeah, but
person.
if it's a problem, it's like alcoholism, right? Or some we see
I know, because
why wouldn't it be treated as any other addiction or
I mean,
disorder?
okay, sure, maybe you could say that. Maybe you could, because it is considered a disorder.
Because if
But
someone
a
had,
lot of a
if
lot of narcissists, even getting them to believe that they are a narcissist is already a lot. But they have to be committed to basically lifelong therapy, because it's something that you can. It is kind of, I guess, like alcoholism, because most people that have issues with alcohol, they're in AA for the rest of their lives. Like you never stop going to AA. Like you don't, like, you can't necessarily cure addiction, but you can manage it. So I think when you look at narcissism, it's kind of like the same thing.
all
Like
right,
you
so
can't cure it, but you have to know how to manage it.
I'm gonna say if someone is diagnosed with this and has this disorder,
Hmm.
it has a excessive need for admiration and a disregard for others' feelings, then it's not like you're purposely disregarding someone's feelings. It's not like you want to be have this admiration excessively. It's like you're being forced to do it because this disorder is forcing you to do it. And like you're trying to have a disregard for other people's feelings. This disorder is making you act this way. So should they truly be responsible
I would say
for what
once
they're
you
doing?
once you once you recognize that there's a problem, and that there are tools and resources out there for you to do better, and you choose not to utilize those resources, at that point it is you.
I just think it's a mental illness, and as OCD said, a mental illness is a mental illness. And if you have a mental illness,
But it's
and
but it's
you're mentally ill,
also
I don't know if you can if you can blame this person for doing that. I don't
it's
know
not
if that.
necessarily it's not necessarily blame, but everybody has to take a certain level of responsibility and accountability when it comes to their own actions, especially if, for instance, let's just say you have like schizophrenia or whatever the case may be, and you decide to stop taking your medicine. Now, your responsibility may be less than a person that has all their faculties, but you still have some level of responsibility because you decided to no longer take your medication. So if I'm looking at somebody with narcissism and they know that they're a narcissist and they choose not to go to therapy to help with their narcissism, are they going to have the same level of blame as a person that does not exhibit those symptoms? Maybe not, but I don't know if the average person that isn't a narcissist would be that way. So I don't know if I could compare the two.
I don't know. I guess that's
you, you still have to have
we, we need a
some
psychiatrist
certain level of
to.
responsibility. Like you just get to fuck everybody because you and just say you're a narcissist
I
and you
mean,
get away with
listen.
it.
I wish I could say it and get away with that, and I would. All right, we're gonna put the link in the chat right now for anyone who wants to join. When we bring people in, we're gonna bring them in one at a time. Then we're gonna talk to them by themselves one at a time. So if you all come in there and you're sitting in the background for a little bit, don't get mad that hey he's not bringing me on the stream right away. We're gonna give people a chance to talk first for a little bit, maybe 15 minutes or so before we bring in someone else and stuff like that. So the link is in the chat. All right now, and what the topic is, let's put the billboard up so you know. Topic is why you get cheated on. So we're going to definitely start talking on exactly why people get cheated on. All right, when you do come in, this is what you gotta do. I'm gonna be honest with you. Gotta have a good internet connection, right? If you're staticky or something like that, I'm gonna have to kick you off because I ain't got no time for none of that stuff. Make sure your internet connection is and all that. So we're gonna try to figure out exactly why you get cheated on, why people cheat on you specifically, if you're one of these people who get cheated on, and what you could do not to be cheated on. All right, 1 second. I'll be right back. I gotta refill the thug mug.
Yeah, or you could say maybe why. Let's say you were the person somebody cheated with. Why you think that person cheated, or maybe like what did you do to maybe even provoke that person to cheat? Because some of us are just manipulative. I'd be curious if someone would actually take accountability for that.
All right, we are back here. We're back. All right, first one up is KP. Bring him in. What's going on, KP?
What up?
What's going on?
What up? What up?
What's going on, KP?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
What up?
You're gonna have to turn off the other.
So we have a lot to talk about. Hold on, I'll just put my lights on, bro.
All right. I'm hearing.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off. Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah, pull the stream off real quick.
All right. I'm hearing. Yeah, I'm gonna take it off. Hold on. All right.
All right, you got that taken care of?
Yes, sir.
All right.
What's happening?
All right. So KP
I'm
is
good.
joining
I'm
us.
good. I'm good.
I'm glad you're good. Glad to see you, and everything else like that. All right, we got KP in the building. Now he was
Shirtless.
happy.
He knew it was after dark.
He came in shirtless, right? Came in here shirtless, right? Right. We won't let it go.
Listen, it's the Caribbean. It's hot out here.
All right. We're gonna let it go.
I'm gonna cover up now.
He's gonna blame the Caribbean.
I feel a little self-conscious now, you know.
No, he's gonna blame the Caribbean like they ain't air conditioning in the Caribbean, right? It's hot. Like they ain't invented air conditioning. They ain't got no air conditioners out there. That's why I got it.
After dark, so he's gonna come after dark ready.
All right, KP, you was out there capping in the chat. So tell me,
yes, ma'am.
What were you disagreeing with? What I was saying?
Listen, Tony. Listen, you're expressing an idea that I hear from a lot of people that any man that shows any kind of interest in you and pays for your lunch wants to bang you. No, it's too reductive. It's too reductive because I have. Let me tell you. So I take at least twice a week. Apart from that, every single day almost. I eat lunch with my office manager. She's 53. Her name is Martha. She's Venezuelan. She's great. Am I trying to bang Martha?
All right,
I'm
so
not. Right?
let's stop
I
right there.
have 4.
I'm gonna let you go right there. So that's your boss's wife, right? You said. So this is a woman who's a higher.
No, Martha's my no, she's my office manager. She's my secretary for want of a better phrase.
So she's your
So
secretary.
I
But
have
she's
an
married to
engineering
your
and
boss.
construction company.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But she's married.
Well, I'm the boss.
You're the
I'm
boss.
the boss, I guess.
All right. So
She's
all right.
married. She's married. She's married. I'm the
She's a
boss. She
married
works for
woman.
me.
You're the boss. I mean, that's a different situation when you're a boss and you're taking out someone who works for you because you can get sued, right? So I'm sure you know that. So I'm sure you're not looking at it that way to do that because
If you
that's
act
problematic
weird, if you act
situation.
weird, if you act like a weirdo, if you act like a weirdo and you hug somebody rubbing your penis up on them, then yeah, you're gonna get in trouble for taking your employees out.
Yeah. If you pull the Cuomo, you can get in trouble. But we're talking about people who are co-workers who are mostly on the same level, more than a boss
Right,
and
right.
the secretary.
So in that sense, no. In that sense, if you have a peer, so let's say you're both at the same level, you're both office assistants too. You both have $45,000 a year in that you're earning. Um, there is absolutely no way that that person could take a employee out for lunch every day and pay, except for if that's a really weird guy. Because if you're equals, then as a man, like okay, I say when I had a job like that and I had equals, or even like today, if I like I have a lot of companies I do business with, and their representative, their CEO, their president, whatever, their director is female. The owner will be female. I take those people out. So now it's different back in the day. Like if I'm an employee, of a government employee, and I know I make 45 grand, she makes 45 grand. We sit next to one another. The first week that you come to work, I'll probably take you to lunch. After that, it goes 50-50. We split it back. Sometimes she'll get it, sometimes I'll get it. If the dude is paying for that woman to go to lunch every day, then Tony, you have a point, because that's just not economically sustainable at 45,000 a month, and having lunch. A lunch for somebody is what, $25 at least.
Mm-hmm.
So every day, what you're gonna spend 25 by $750 a day, which should work out to be like 9 grand a year, like 20% of your salary on a co-worker. Nah, that doesn't compute. That doesn't compute. So yeah, that guy either wants to bang you, or he doesn't know how to do it. That guy's an idiot,
Yeah,
right? But those guys generally don't. No,
well,
go ahead.
I'm saying, and I'm saying, if I drop 9 G's on your ass, it's 40 ass. I'm not dropping. Yeah, I'm not dropping 9 G's on you to be cool with you. I
I
ain't
mean, when
dropping
you put
nine
the
G's
numbers out there, it's kind of
to
like,
to
yikes! It
shake
is, it
your
is, it
hand.
is a smooth 9K when you really look at it. I mean, okay,
Yeah, yeah. Like
And
just,
there ain't no
just
chump
thinking about the
change.
numbers, on the numbers, just in the face of it, it's not sustainable. So if that guy is doing that, then, and you're never reciprocating, because that's how it makes sense, right? If one day I paid and one day you paid, then it works out, and it's just really, I'm just covering my dinner or my
Yeah,
lunch. It works
right,
out that way. But if I'm always covering it, nah, I can't afford that 5 grand a month, especially if I got a wife and kids and whatever else at home. Can't
or
afford that.
even
So
if you could
no,
afford it,
you're right
would
in that
you?
situation.
Even if you could afford it, would you?
No, that's a different thing, right? Because so it depends on what you mean by you could
And
afford it.
every
So if
day,
you are on a job, because are these two people that work at the same company, and the dude makes 150 grand, and the chick makes 50 grand, or is this just a dude that you meet and he makes 150 grand? He has no idea how much you make. He doesn't care because he makes 200 grand a year. So every time he takes you, he pays. That's different because first of all, he's probably not taking you out more than twice a month. You
mhm.
know, in the earlier days, that
well,
is.
I think
So
it's
this is a
pretty.
situation. Let's say you work at the same office building.
No,
Yeah,
but I
go ahead,
think
go
it's
ahead.
pretty clear. It doesn't matter how much money he makes. There's no man, whether it's 9 grand or 2 grand, that's going to be taking a woman out that's in a relationship every single day to lunch. I just think that that's pretty clear at this point.
All right, so let's go through because people are asking these two questions for you, KP. So I want you to answer both questions. The first question, and they're both from the
Yeah.
cake. The cakester who writes asked both of these questions. Want to know where you at, where you at right now, and if you eat ass. This is not from me. Believe you me. All right,
All right, cool.
you
So
can look at the screen and you can see it on the screen. All right,
I'm gonna answer that for real. And shout out to AK, because AK is gonna know that these things are true. So where am I? I am in Trinidad, on the island of Trinidad, the country of Trinidad and Tobago, on the coast of Venezuela. I'm 15 minutes by chopper from Venezuela. So that's where I'm at. Do I eat ass? Yes. Now,
Oh,
Caribbean men, like Jamaicans, will tell you they're not nyam batty crease, they're not nyam pussy, not nyam puna, anything like that. Say they're lying. They are all lying. They're all lying, bruh. They're all lying. And the ones that aren't lying, you're missing out, bruh. You're missing out. You're missing out.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
yes, I
I
do.
think
Yes, I
I think
do.
I think all those guys are capping who say they don't. I would say Don Tony Teflon. I'm down on that too. You know what I mean? I'll eat that ass, eat the pussy, I do it all. But there are like it's still stigma and black culture in the Caribbean and all that for
there you
men
go,
to do that
Kingster.
stuff. You know what I mean? But there you go, Kesa. He answered, yes, he does. He does definitely do that. He's
Way to,
about
way
that
to
life.
turn up the after dark, Cakester.
He's definitely about that. What about you? What about you, Red Lipstick Club? Do you eat ass?
Really?
Huh?
Really? Are we doing
I'm
that?
asking you a question. Do you eat ass?
Yes, really, that is a real question.
Listen,
Dun, dun,
if
dun,
it's
dun,
something that
dun,
the
dun,
man I'm with
dun,
enjoys
dun,
and I'm in a
dun, dun,
relationship
dun,
with him,
dun.
I will take care of him.
There you go. So you do. You're willing to do it. It's nothing that you're looking forward to do it, but you're willing to do it.
I wouldn't say that I'm not looking forward to it either.
Okay, well there you go.
I just say it depends on what's going on, who I'm with.
I feel
You know
you.
me, I like control, and that
Yo,
is the
it's
ultimate
weird the kind
control
of
over
things
a
that
man.
you'd be willing to do if you're in the mood, eh?
Well, I like to be in control.
Have you ever had a
and
bad chick
that,
spit in your mouth?
that gives me lots of control.
Have you ever what was that? Say it again.
Have you ever had a bad bitch spit in your mouth? I heard Meek Mill say it once.
And spit in your mouth? Nah.
Have you ever
No,
had a bad bitch spit in
that's
your
so
mouth? Yeah, spit in
disrespectful.
your mouth. Have you ever done that?
No, never.
That's disrespectful to me. I know.
Yeah, you couldn't.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you
Spitting regardless
something.
is disrespectful to me.
Let me tell you all something. Let me tell you all something right now. So when I first heard that, the first time I ever heard about that was when I heard that song, "Have a Bad Bitch Spit in Your Mouth" or whatever from Meek Mill. And when I heard it, it made me cringe to my soul. And then like a couple days after that, my wife is listening to the same song. Now, she's Venezuelan, um, and she's not a native English speaker, but she understood it,
She understood
and
spitting in your mouth.
like she could see me cringe.
Oh,
She understood what he meant, yeah, and so she could see me cringe when I heard him say it, right? And she was like, "So what does that mean? Would you let me do it?" And I was like, "No, I wouldn't." So a couple days pass again, and we're in the throes of love making. She's on top of me. She's doing her thing, you know what I mean? And she says, "Habla la boca masai," which is basically open your mouth. And I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Habla la boca masai." So I open my mouth. I'm like, ah. And she spit in my mouth, bro. And I gurgled it up. I turned her around, I spit back in her mouth, and when we went back and forth doing that a couple of times, it's now a big part of our sexual experience. It's very, very weird.
Yeah, I had to agree with you on the weird part.
I'm gonna try not to let my feelings
Listen,
show on my face. Okay,
chick
I'm
spit in
gonna
my
try to
mouth.
not let my
Let me
feelings
tell you
show.
something, man. Some chick spit in my mouth. I don't know, my reflex
I
they
can't. I
catch her.
won't.
I got like when the doctor hits your hammer on your knee and your knee just kicks.
Yeah, it might
Like
be
I think that my
reflex.
elbow
You have a
that
reflex.
reflex. I
You have
mean,
that spit in your mouth reflex. That
yeah,
that quick elbow.
I'm not mad at you though. I'm not mad at you though,
Nah,
Casey,
man.
for acknowledging it and talking about it. Because everybody tries to say, "Oh, that's this," blah blah blah, and they could be doing a whole bunch of stuff. And to be honest, the whole topic of this was why you get cheated on. So maybe that's why you get cheated on, because you are limiting what you may or may not try or do. Maybe that could be why you get cheated on.
All right, Jackie C is saying I could never eat ass. The second
Could
I
be.
thought that there were even a possibility that there was poop present, I would start vomiting. So
If you're doing that right after
Jackie
he's worked
C,
an
sleep
8-hour
with
shift,
cleaner
no,
people.
man.
Have relations with cleaner
that's what I
people.
was saying.
Yeah,
If you were a
yeah,
clean person,
yeah.
I don't think that even comes into play at
No,
all. You know, I
and you
just
don't
don't.
do that with every single person. There's
No,
specific people you would do that with, and I'm telling, like it's just, and
Correct.
you're
And
definitely not
mind
doing that
you,
after no
I'm
8 hour
doing this with
shift.
my
It's crazy.
wife.
yes, and everything goes with your wife. So I just y'all
I'm
got
doing this
it
with my
right on.
wife. This is not some chick I met at the club last night.
I mean, Tamara, I don't know if he would cheat on
Yeah.
me or not. I think it depends on the guy. For some men, especially men that I mean, I guess people have to realize too, for men, like their prostate is one of them is like the most sensitive spot on their body. I'm not saying every man wants it. Some guys have no desire whatsoever to have that done to them. And I'm not saying you're doing that to every single guy that you meet, but could it be a reason why he cheated on you? Perhaps it could be. If that's something he really likes or that he's into, it could be. I'm not saying every woman should do it. I'm not saying every woman does it. I don't feel like, I guess, ashamed or embarrassed about some kinky things that I'm okay with doing, but I'm certainly not doing it with some dude that hasn't come fresh out the shower and is like, come on, like, let's be real.
Yeah, and I think that's why you get,
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about that you have to be with somebody who you are ready to entertain any fetish that they have. If you're not willing to entertain any fetish that a person has, then you're gonna get cheated on. Like I said to my man when he cheated on his wife because she wasn't trying to give blowjobs. That was a given what was gonna happen there. I mean, you didn't have to be Nostradamus
True,
to see
true,
the future
true.
and that what was gonna happen there. So you have to be. So if you're a very conservative person, you need to find someone who is conservative in sex with you. You can't go out there and find someone who likes to get whipped and you're not willing to do the whipping because
Mm-hmm.
it's just not going to work. And you're not going to be able to change
And you
somebody
make an
and talk
important
them out of
point
what
there,
they don't
Tony.
like. Right.
You need to find somebody that's conservative in sex with you. Yeah. Yeah. Because just because somebody has conservative views, like in the real day to day life, doesn't mean when they get into the bedroom that they're conservative there. Like somebody can believe in fiscal conservativeness, but when it gets down to the bedroom, they want to eat ass. They want to be in three sums, five sums, seven sums, eight gills, two gills, this two holes, three holes, double penetration to triple penetration, every like so
The
you have
list.
to find somebody that jives with you sexually, you know what I mean? So like I would put that like the whole not eating ass thing or whatever, or not giving blowjobs thing or whatever in the category of not fulfilling sexual desire in general. So it's not like, for example, if there are certain things that will be deal breakers. So like I don't necessarily love having my ass eaten, but if a chick wants to do it, that's cool, right? So I wouldn't it's not a deal breaker for me if you don't want to eat ass, right? And it's not a deal breaker for me if you don't want me to eat yours. However, for some other people, it might be a deal breaker that you don't want. It's a total deal breaker if you don't want to give blowjobs. Like I don't know, I don't even know. They don't even make. I'll be surprised if they make chicks like that anymore. This is 2021. I
They
don't
do.
know
There's lots
any
of them that
female that
still
don't
don't
do
like
that.
to.
Like any.
But also too, you have to think about it.
Not
Like if you
liking it is fine, but I don't know chicks that don't do it. Like I know chicks that don't love it, but I don't know chicks that don't do it. You know what I
well,
mean?
frankly, if she doesn't like doing it, she shouldn't be doing it anyway because it's probably not being done right, to be honest. But I would also say when you're looking at like this situation with like fetishes or whatever and people being conservative, a lot of times some people are conservative because they have never been with somebody that gave them a free and open atmosphere to be able to say what they may or may not be into free of judgment. That's like very rare for people. Like, people are so
Correct.
judgmental that they don't even give people a space to say, I don't know, maybe I might be into it. I don't know, you know. I mean, there's some things that people are just absolutely they don't have any desire to know if they're into it or not. But also the way these female bathrooms be looking at the club, I find it funny that women like are okay for a guy to eat their ass, but they're talking shit about the dudes when these women's bathrooms at the clubs and places I go to and at work be hella fucking nasty. So
Listen, that
I
women's
think that can
bathroom is
go both ways.
disgusting. It's probably the most disgusting place in the world is a woman's bathroom in a club. Ain't
That
no doubt.
part.
There's no doubt about that. But Cakes is saying, I'm not eating man ass. Not going to happen. Not judging anyone who does. But, but I mean, it seems like you're emphasizing the word man. So are you saying that you're not eating man ass or you're just not eating ass? You eat a woman's ass, just not a man. I'm just trying to see what you mean by that because you definitely are putting the emphasis on the word man. So you're saying that you're willing to eat a woman's ass,
Yeah, yeah.
or
That
you know what I mean? Because I would
she's
think you would
leaving some
just
room
say,
open for the possibility.
yeah. Because I think she would just say I'm not eating ass in general, right? But the fact that it's man ass that makes you maybe you're willing to eat a woman's ass, and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, but
She might be able to eat
I'm not
some
into that.
feet, but
I'm not into getting my
she's
ass
leaving it
slapped.
open. Leave that possibility
and
open.
and not every guy wants that. Like, I'm telling you, the odds of you even having to do that for, there's not that many men that even want that. It's very rare
I don't want
that
it.
you even run into a guy
Yep.
that wants that, or is even comfortable saying they want it, that feels even
Phil likes that, and so does
yeah,
Bridge 4.
sexually explorative to say they even like
Yeah,
that.
Phil and Bridge 4. I know Bridge 4 enjoys
And you
that
should,
very
and you
much.
wouldn't be doing that with everybody anyway. Like, that's very intimate. Like, for a man to even to like be in that position to let you do that to him, that's very intimate. Like I said, it's a control thing. If you give me that much control, I'm taking all the control.
True.
I know how much control that is.
Yeah,
That's why it's very intimate, and you're not going to find a mile long
I
list of
love when a
dudes that
woman
want
takes
that are willing to
control.
let you do that. There's just
Yeah.
not.
Now I know that. See, I remember Charlemagne the God. He said before that he would make women do that to him just so that they could never go back and say anything about him. So he could just always say, "Well, you ate my ass, bitch." Blah blah blah. Blah. You know what I mean? Like make fun
Not
of him.
anymore.
I would have
Not
told him,
anymore.
but I would have told him, but
Not
you let me.
anymore.
But you let me. You let me control you like that. So go have a
Yeah, and
sleep or
these chicks be
12.
talking about, but these chicks be eating ball players' asses and then go on
I'm sure he
jumpers
was
on the
screaming like a
no
little bitch
jumpers
when it happened.
podcast and talk about it like it's nothing. Like it's nothing. I heard a girl talk, but she sucked off 14 basketball players in a hotel room. It was like a real story. Like people got real big mad because they was in the hotel room getting sucked up. This girl was on this podcast talking about this as though she was talking about, just another day at work. And she boldly proclaimed herself as an Instagram thought, as an Instagram hoe, and I was like, wow, because I couldn't picture a sister from the '90s saying that about herself. I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
picture it, but
Jackie
Yeah, and I don't
Susan.
like anal, so
like,
I'm not
could
doing
you,
that.
Tony, picture in the
And he might cheat on
'90s
me.
a chick saying that I am a thought? Can you picture that?
Say it again.
A chick. Can you picture in the '90s? Can you picture in the '90s, Lil Kim, for example, saying in a song that she is a huge thought and being proud of her thoughtness? Like that wasn't something that really was. That wasn't something that you were proud of in the '90s. Like
No, no,
I
you.
mean I don't know. Maybe you see it differently.
Yeah, so
But
I would.
she was labeled that because she dressed
Yeah, I would say
provocatively.
that it's not about, yeah. No one want to be labeled as a stop. It's like, but back then in the '90s, women were hiding the fact. It wasn't popular to be labeled as a stripper. But now, you come into the game, you're a stripper. People, look up, Joe. You a stripper? Show me some of that pole work. Like they figure, oh, that means you can get on that pole really well.
Yeah,
People done got strip poles in their house, so their wife can strip. That they have stripping, classes and stuff that women learn. They pay other strippers to teach them so they can entertain their husbands
But
because
they're tired of their husbands cheating on them
well, it
with
what
strippers.
what
So
Well,
they
you
why
think they
does he
I have
cheat?
a
understand.
question. I have a question,
Let's
guys. I have a
talk about
question.
that. Let's talk about that real quick. Why are men willing to cheat with a stripper than his husband? What is it
The
that makes a man
fantasy.
think that, all right, I'm willing that this woman, because if you're going to cheat sexually with someone, you have to believe that this person you're cheating with is better than the person you're with, right?
Because they're
You're not going to
seducing you.
cheat. You're not going to cheat with someone that you don't think is going to give
Nah,
you
not necessarily.
a better,
Not
a worse time.
necessarily. I don't.
Why is
Mm-mm.
that? Why is that?
Don't strippers though make men
It's
feel
not better. Just
desired?
just different.
Do you think
Yeah,
people just do it for
yeah.
different? Because
Some
it's
of
just
them
that.
know how to. Some of them do.
Like, you're
I'm saying, but
dancing for a man and taking your
But
clothes off for
I,
him and looking at him sexually and seductively, where you go home with your wife and maybe your wife was like had the same fucking t-shirt on with the fucking kid throw up stain on it to bed 5 days in a row. The stripper smells like lilacs and
well,
roses.
yo, if you are a well-heeled, well-traveled, experienced man, in your late 20s, early 30s, or thereabouts, or any time afterwards, you should have had a couple wild years where you ventured into strip clubs, you did weird stuff with weird chicks, and you found out like what's really what about what's really what. You know that this chick on this pole right here that looks real good. When she goes home and she's with her 5 kids, like she dresses in basketball shorts, a huge pants, and she takes her wig off, and she don't look like that 24/7. And you also get to realize that she's just trying to get some money. She's just trying to get paid. This is a financial transaction. We're trying to have fun and have a good time. There's no feelings in this at all. If you are not an experienced man, let's say you're 40, you're a 40-year-old virgin, not a 40-year-old virgin, but you're 40, you got married when you were 19, say a high school sweetheart, so you probably had one piece of non-married person in your life, and you go into a strip club and you see a cinnamon bun, looking beautiful, caramel brown skin, succulent, supple body, and she's dancing you and telling you things and making you feel good, and you haven't ever experienced anything like that from anybody else. Yeah, you can get sucked in, like the Anna Cole Smith thing, right? But that's only if you didn't have those reckless years where you really experienced those people and you realize, it's all an illusion. Like, because when I met my wife, I was coming out of that phase where I'm buying anything that works. And then as I meet my wife and I realize, she's a different kind of chick, blah, blah, blah. Like, I have absolutely no interest in having an affair with a stripper. And if I did have an affair, it wouldn't be with a stripper, then because we talking, bro. Like, I don't. To me, that is a sign of an immature man. That to not know how bad of a move that is. That's a sign of an immature and definitely insecure man. That
Right.
you're cheating your wife with a stripper.
So I
My
agree with
thoughts.
what you're saying. That
What do you think, Tony?
it may be a sign of an immature man, but it happens. And what I'm trying to get to is the point of why do these things happen. So I think that it's when there's got to be something wrong at home to make you go out and cheat. No, if you're that happy, it doesn't matter if you go to a strip club. It doesn't matter if there's women just bent over when you walk out the front door. If you're happy at home and you're happy in relation, it doesn't matter. When you go out there, that you're going out there because there's some not that you're initially going to a strip club because there's something wrong in your relationship, but there has to be something wrong in your relationship in order for you to get to that point where you want to cheat. And I think that strippers, what it comes down to when you deal with them, I think it's like a group thing. You see a bunch of other men wanting this woman at this time, throwing money at this woman, and you feel like
Desirable.
you feel like if you can conquer this, then
Yeah.
you feel better than all those men. You feel that, I'm better than these men. Look, they all want her, but she wanted me, and
Yeah.
they're willing to do all that. And I think that is the true allure of why men are willing to treat with strippers. Let's bring in Mandrell here because he was capping too.
But I will
Nah,
also say
nah,
about
Tony. That
the
listen.
stripper
Let me tell you
thing.
what I
Not
think about
capping.
that. I think that man, like that man that you're speaking about, is one of the reasons why he's cheating is because he's insecure and immature. Like, if you don't understand that, like, if you are willing to risk, like, I'm thinking about this from an adult, mature, married man's perspective, with money and stuff tied up with my wife or whatever. Like, I'm not giving all that up for a night with cinnamon bun. I'm not doing it because I know what I have to lose, right? But some dudes don't have that experience to know that what you have at home is worth way more than what's between this random cinnamon bun chick's legs. Like, some dudes just have not learned that lesson yet, and that's why they'll cheat. That's why they'll cheat with cinnamon bun. You know what I mean? Like, that is my perspective on it. Like, that is sign about immature, insecure man to cheat with, because you don't really have her. Like, you think you have her. You think all these other dudes want her. Nah, like, they're letting you have her, and tomorrow if they want her, they'll have her too. Like, ah,
Well,
what do you
I
guys
don't.
think?
I don't think.
What's up, Mandrill?
and,
Let Anna speak.
and
Anna,
I
go
would
ahead.
say this. This is something my mom, my grandma has always told me. They've always told me to keep your stock up. Men are visual creatures. I have never been in any relationship
Yeah.
with any man that was not. And I'm not, and if you're to the point where you can't keep yourself up, you need to go to your man and say, I need some help because I'm not able to keep my stock up the way this is going. So I need you to help me so I can keep my fucking personal stock up. But if like I said, if the woman at home is literally in bed with a do-rag on and a fucking torn up t-shirt every fucking night, at some point that it could take only one stripper club visit to see a woman with their shit tight could throw him completely off. So I mean, I just think everybody in the relationship has to take some level of accountability. Like if you're the guy, give me space to take care of myself. And if you're the woman, if he's giving you the space to do it, take care of your fucking self.
So what we're talking about is why men cheat or willing to cheat with strip. Mandrell, all right, we're gonna bring you in here. Your KP's is we're gonna mute him for a second. All right, no, we're not leaving him. He's still here. We're gonna he must be cooking in the background or something going on. I don't know what's going on. I hear a lot of stuff going on. All right, Mandrell.
Hear me?
Are you there? Are you look frozen? Unless you're just staring at the same spot.
Looks like this. He's definitely frozen.
No.
It was
no,
frozen.
I'm not. Okay. I don't know what's going on with my connection or whatever, but
you're fine now. You're fine.
Okay. No, I was not capping earlier. I was just thinking about the different types of hugs. And normally, like, I've never been with a woman who's a hugger ever. You know, normally it's the hug where I'm trying to, like, I've been trying, like, there's hugs where I've tried to be, you know, sexual toning. And it's like, you know, but it's always this type deal. Or that's why I was like, nah.
Mandrell, on mute.
What's up?
You specifically said that you never hugged a woman in a sexual way. Look what you said. That's why I said you were capping. That's what you could have said. I never. And now you're coming over here saying you tried and it didn't work. So you was capping, like I said, right? I mean, we gotta put it out there.
Never executed.
I see Jackie. The comment says, so when you're 70 and your man cheats on you with a 20-year-old, it's your fault. Right. I'll tell you like this. The reason why I say keep your stock up, like my mom is married. Well, my mom is, they're like in their early to mid 60s or whatever. So they're like, you know, getting older. And I have never seen my mom not keep her stock up or whatever. And like, thank God she has a really good husband. But if he's 70 cheating with a 20-year-old, first off, that's creepy as hell. And that has absolutely nothing to do with you. But we're not, I mean, at 70 years old, like, let's be fucking real. We're talking about people that, yeah, like at 70, come on. You know, if he wants to cheat, if he can even keep it up long enough to be with the 20-year-old, congratulations to him at that point. I actually probably would give him a high five for even attempting that shit at that point. Like, okay, good. You got a 20-year-old.
But here's the thing.
Without giving her our money, because you're not going to give her any money. So if you pulled that off, I mean, I probably would give him a fucking high five that he pulled it off.
All right.
His connection is not good, so it's like I'm waiting for him to say something, but then.
Oh, Mandrell.
Mandrell, why don't you bounce out and come back in?
I have a quick question. So I had an experience with an ex-girlfriend. We had been together for probably 3 months at this point, and she tells me she wants us to have a threesome with a friend of hers, right? A young lady. So I'm like, I'm not into threesome stuff, and like, I am 100% cool with like the LGBTQ community. Mm-hmm. I just don't like to be pressured into like a LGBT situation. Like, I'm not interested in it. And when I met the chick, look like a dude.
Okay.
I wasn't comfortable doing it.
I feel you.
It
So
led to the end of our relationship because
you're saying, all right.
eventually she and both of them started doing stuff and I wasn't cool with it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gone. Like, you want to be the woman. I'm gone. Chill. And that is what should have happened because I was not done with it, and she really was done with it.
All
And
right.
if I was a people pleaser, I'd have been like, all right, cool, I'm gonna do this. And then I got myself in a situation where I was totally unhappy and just going through emotions in these weird threesomes that I'm not enjoying. So, what do you guys think about that? Like threesomes and bringing other parties into a
So
relationship
we're
or
gonna.
into the sexual side of a relationship. What do you think about that? And how does
Well,
that,
sorry. So
could that
that
help or prevent cheating?
all right. Now we'll talk about in the form of cheat. Now, I will say this: that if you're talking about that community, you gotta watch yourself when Anna's on board right now because Anna is a starch defender of that community. So you better watch. Yeah, you better be easy.
Oh no,
You better,
listen, a
you
hundred
better,
Well,
percent, a
you
hundred
better be
percent,
no, let
easy.
me say
a hundred
this.
percent.
I did not take. Let me say this. I do not take any offense to what he was saying. It did not. It
Okay.
was not a derogatory comment that he was making because I have friends that they don't understand, I guess, that they could be in a polyamorous relationship as opposed to a threesome. And there are women that I know that are bisexual but prefer a more masculine presenting woman, and they also date men, but that man that they're dating, they do not like masculine presenting women, and that lesbian woman that she's seeing has no desire to be really with that man either. So I think in those instances, that's more like I feel like people, polyamory is also an option, but then you have to deal with the jealousy of that. Can people handle that? But I don't think that you should, just because you're interested in being with two sexes, that you should just assume that one of the people that you're dating also wants to do that just because she's also a woman. Because, like I said, men are also visual creatures. So if he's attracted to things that are feminine presenting, why would he be attracted to a woman that is masculine presenting? I don't, that would not be this, that would not, it wouldn't go for him.
I just
I
went.
don't think you should approach, I don't think you
I
should do that to a guy.
I just went through this situation. I'm talking literally a couple of weeks ago. That a woman wanted to talk to me. There was a friend of mine tried to hook me up with this woman. She's like, "Oh, she's this, and you should try to hook up with her." Blah blah. She likes the way your profile picture looks on Facebook, this, that, and the other. Maybe you should meet up with her. And I talked to her, and she told me that she was a drag queen. And naturally I associate drag queens with men dressing up as women. So it was, when she said it to me, it threw me off. And I said, what are you dragging? How are you doing this? And she said, well, I'm like a person who doesn't look like a man or a woman. The word she used, ambidextrous, whatever the word she used there.
Oh,
She's
they
like,
were a drag king,
yeah,
androgynous.
yeah, androgynous.
Androgynous.
She judges androgynous. And for that reason, it was all over for me. Like right, it was done.
No
As soon as
doubt.
you said that, because
No doubt.
I can't be with someone who can look like a man. It's like it's not for me.
I'm just
Or
saying.
and it's just not my style. And I say I appreciate everything that she do, and how she do it, and I'm happy that she is happy in her life. But someone who's trying to do that and is about that, like the Don Tony Teflon, it's just not for me.
And I don't think it has to be for you. And I don't think that
Yeah.
that is offensive for a man to say, this is something that I don't like or I don't want to do. I just don't think that that is bad for a man to say that. And like AK said, do, trying to bait somebody into a threesome, I just not, that's not how you do it. Like, no.
All right,
Question.
Mandrell.
Thank
Uh-huh.
you, Jackie.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I think as far as cheating goes, pretty much, Tony. I mean, like you took it home when you said it's probably because you're not doing for that person at home what they really like. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna marry someone, I'm assuming that conversations come up before you got married, as far as what you like in bed and what
I would
what you
think
don't.
so, but
I mean, I would hope so at least. But I've met women who married women who just, I mean, without even asking, if you're on the subject of sex, they'll tell you, I don't do. My husband wants it, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm like, yep, that's how you get cheated on. You know what I mean? They just refuse to do it or try it. Also, a question to Anna. Okay, well, how do you feel about transgenders who think you're transphobic because you're not into trannies? I mean, because I was in Brazil,
don't
right?
Use that word.
I'm sorry, my bad. Okay, I was in Brazil, right? Rio. And so, I mean, down there, they've got transgenders that they got women beat. Like, if they don't tell you, you don't know, Tony. If they don't tell you, you don't know. You have no clue.
Oh,
but the thing is, they have down there, to my understanding, the way they explained to me is they have to tell you. They can't trap you like that because, like, if they try to trap you, but you went to the cops, they go to jail. You know what I mean? So, I mean, but my thing is, here stateside, you've got people who's like, transgenders is like, okay, if you don't date a transgender or whatever, then you're transphobic. If you don't date obese women, then you're fat phobic. I'm like, no, just some people are into transgenders. Like me, I mean, I don't care how beautiful you are. As soon as you whip out your whistle, it's a done deal. It's over for the night. Go home. No, this ain't happening. You know what I'm saying?
I would say this. I don't believe that every trans person feels that way. I do think that not that you wouldn't date them or whatever, but I think just kind of like devaluing their identity and who they are as a person. And a lot of times what people don't think is transphobic in their language.
I want you to continue, but 1 second. Let me point this out.
Thanks, AK.
And AK, y'all shooting your shot at Anna while she's trying to do a shot. We'll be shooting your shot. All right. I mean, y'all can shoot the shot, but not while she's talking. All right? Do what I'm talking, God damn it.
Let them do what they want to do.
I had to say this to Christina the Sphinx too.
Wait for the whistle. Wait for the timeout. Wait for the timeout.
Yeah,
right.
Christina Spinks was shooting a shot during the stream and was just like, I'm letting y'all know what I'm doing. I'm trying to do what I'm doing. All right, Anna.
I love you, Jackie. You can say whatever you want to say. I'm not paying no attention to what Tony's saying. You're a bad.
I'm just playing, ladies. Do your thing. Go right ahead, Anna. Finish what you're saying now.
Well, this is what I say. So, for people that don't know, I am very involved in the LGBTQ plus community. I'm a staunch ally, meaning I will call the shit out in public and private. I don't give a damn. But my bigger thing is not to when I do that education, I like to come from a place of understanding and give people a space to speak their personal truth before jumping down their throat. And sometimes, when if you're a trans person, I mean, a lot of times you feel like your entire life is under attack, and some people may immediately jump to a negative space when somebody is not attracted to them, just because you're dealing with all these emotions in your head of trying to be your authentic self, and it can be an exhausting and stressful mental space to be in. But I know a lot of trans women, and a lot of them are like, it's not necessarily they don't want the person that doesn't want them, but they also don't want the person that's going to keep them a secret, and not be accepting in a public space when they're dealing with them, and they're like a secret fetish that you keep in the background. That is what they will not accept, and what they should not have to accept. If you're going to be with them and be with them openly.
Well, most side chicks won't accept that.
Do not do it in the background, and and then they take advantage of the fact that they are trans, thinking, oh well, nobody will love you. That's how they start disrespecting you. That's what happens. And so that's what I would say. And a lot of times too, why people are not always upfront and honest immediately. Like if you're going to be sexually involved with somebody, I mean, it depends. A lot of trans women unfortunately have to work in the sex industry because they cannot find work in other spaces. And it is very risky, and it could cost them their lives. And a lot of times they won't say it too, because for heterosexual men, They are very violent, especially when it comes to situations like that. And what they fail to realize is more than likely, if you were attracted to that trans woman, it's because you were attracted to a feminine presenting presence, which means that has absolutely nothing to do with your sexuality. You are still a straight man. You were attracted to a feminine presenting individual.
What
That's
happens when
what
the
we're
dick comes
attracted
out?
to.
What
Like I
happens?
said,
What
like I
happens
said,
when the
I
Tony.
dick
will
comes
say
out?
this. That's
So
something
it's
that
so
that's something that you can hide, but I would say you have every right to say no, I'm not going to do it, and you can move on. But how about we don't kill trans women, especially black trans women of color, specifically black trans women who are
Mhm.
killed at a significantly
And
higher
and it's
rate.
disgusting, and I believe that
So yeah, so
black
I
men
wish
are the
we
one
lived in a
doing
world where everybody could be honest.
it, and
But because people are so violent and they're so concerned about what the other person thinks, and we have had so many black men that have been embarrassed and all these other things when it comes to anything gay culture related, that they've put their backs against the corner where they feel like they're
That
only
sounds a lot
responding
like the
to that with
Jamaican
violence.
culture.
So it's just, I just think people should just get some more education. I try to do the education on my end. I definitely don't want to talk about that all night because we could go on a tangent, whatever the case may be. I
yeah,
honestly would
yeah.
prefer to
yeah.
switch
Right.
subjects because I don't really feel like this is the platform. And honestly,
What
I am not a trans woman. I'm only relaying
have
from
you guys
what
ever heard
I've
of
heard
the
from them. It's just not my space.
have you ever heard of the Jamaica syndrome with the Jamaica man syndrome? You ever heard of that? Jamaica man syndrome?
I have not. Please explain to me what the Jamaican man.
I guess
So,
not.
but
Right.
let me
So
let's take this
I mean
shot.
it's a kind of it's a
Yeah,
Caribbean
I need a
term.
drink.
AK
Taking a
might know
drink.
about it, but
Taking a shot. Taking a shot. Taking a drink. Then we're gonna go into Jamaican man syndrome. All right. Here's a shot from the Down Tony Teflon. You gotta drink. You gotta drink. Man,
Yeah,
Joe.
I don't want to do
What
any more of
you
that
do
stuff, to
already?
be honest.
There
I
you go.
want to keep it fun. I just did
Yeah.
my little small piece about it, and I would prefer if we like moved on to something just more fun, more like
All right.
it's just not our space,
yeah,
Let's
yeah, we're
take.
moving on. We're moving on. Yeah, it's just a quick thing, right? Like so
Like
Jamaica
Florida
man syndrome
man.
is okay. So if you've been to Jamaica, you probably don't. If you haven't been to Jamaica, you wouldn't really know. But they have a very homophobic community out there. But the secret is a lot. One of the biggest reasons why homosexuality, why there's such a homophobic push in Jamaica, always has been, is because there's a humongous down low homosexual community who participate in sexual acts with men around. And the purpose of their legislation or whatnot is to protect that. So the whole reason why they're homophobic is to prevent other people from knowing that they're homo or homo interested. Does that make sense? But I don't know if it does, but that is the truth. That's what happens.
I feel you on that. I think
But
that
another
is not
sense,
just. I don't think that's just Jamaican, man. I think it's men in general. This is the whole thing. And we're gonna move on right after this. I'm not talking about this
yeah.
anymore. But
I'm like,
what I
please
would
move on.
say is this: if people just didn't care what other people thought, then we wouldn't have a problem. The problem
Hmm.
is that
That part.
people care too much about what someone who doesn't matter thinks about you. Don't care about these people. If you love somebody, love them.
true,
And that's it. And that's the bottom line. And that's how it was. The fear
true,
people get
true.
killed
Period.
because the fear that they have that someone else thinks. Fuck what someone else thinks. If you're happy, you're happy. All right, so we're done with that situation. Let's go back to what this time. Let's say what up to Beef
So
and
a
Bernie. I
quick
didn't give.
question,
I gotta give Beef and Bernie her flowers.
Bernie.
I haven't seen her in a little bit,
Hi,
and
Vern.
she's been here twice. She usually
Bernie
doesn't come
looks
around
good.
anymore. It's not my friend anymore. She doesn't say hi to me.
You know,
Nothing to be cool, but it's all right, Bernie. I still love you. I appreciate
Tony,
you stopping by.
something's going on with your channel. I don't get any of your notifications about your lives. I don't get any notifications when you having a live. Like I have to, like at 10 o'clock at night during the weekends, I just kind of check your page, and then you're there. I never get a notification.
I don't know.
So that's why I haven't been around.
That's with YouTube, dude. That's the thing with YouTube, man.
Probably
Because
took
with
it
Tony, right? Because with Tony, there's for the past couple of weeks, I haven't gotten any of his notifications. Like I can check my phone, but except tonight I got one. I got the third. But it's weird, Tony. Sometimes I get your notifications, and other times I get this long stretch where nothing. But then I'll just go on YouTube and check your channel, and I see you've released like 2 videos. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I missed that. No notifications.
I haven't been slacking everything.
Yeah, YouTube is
Bernie's
weird like that.
A man took her away. She's in a relationship now. Well, we're happy that you're in a relationship.
She's simping.
We're happy you're in a relationship. We hope you're happy and stuff like that. I don't want your man to look at me because he see this. He may, you be like, why?
Just don't hug him.
Yeah, sure. Bernie get the back hug.
Oh, here you go.
She get the back hug.
I want to address that too. I want to address the idea that there's nothing like a platonic hug. Listen, platonic hugs exist. I give them every day. And quite frankly, I can't tell you, and I've never in my life hugged a woman with the intention of having my manhood rub up against her body. No, probably because it's because of my Caribbeanness, because that's how we dance. Like, when I dance with a woman, she turns around, her butt is to me like it's like a doggy style thing, and we dance. Now that's how I've been dancing since I was like 6. That there's nothing sexual about it, nothing. So maybe answer this question to me. Do you think America is over sexualized? Because to me it seems America over sexualized even the smallest thing.
It is.
Yes, it is. And we shame people too.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, I thought it was just me.
We very much shame women.
It's not just UKP, brother. I mean, there's a solid majority of people who feel the same way. I believe that the majority of people feel that way. I mean, because it's obvious. Sex is everywhere. It's all up in your face. Slammed into your face, even with hamburger commercials. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. But as the saying goes, sex sells. So as long as the marketing for sex the sexual marketing works, they're gonna keep doing it. There's nothing we can do about it. Except stop consuming it. But good luck.
There's no stopping consuming it, because that's one thing that ties every race together. Sex, right? No matter what race you are, whatever, you trying to fuck something, and so it's easy to tie people together.
Ask Thomas Jefferson about it. Ask Thomas Jefferson about it. He knows. If she bad, I'm a wifer.
And then Thomas Jefferson fucked them all. He couldn't keep his dick in his pants.
He's a wild boy. Yo, did you guys know that the Sally, who was Thomas Jefferson's common law half black slave, common law wife, that was the half sister of his actual real wife? Like, so his wife grew up. His wife's dad had a child with a slave, and that slave was Sally. And Sally and Thomas Jefferson's wife grew up like sisters, except one sister served and one sister was served. And when she married Thomas Jefferson, Sally came with her, and eventually Thomas Jefferson started liking Sally a bit more, and the wife wasn't too happy about it, but she died before. So, like, to me, that's one of the biggest scandals in history that I just love. I just love that story.
I feel you on that, and I would love to have a conversation more about that on a different time. I don't want to talk about slave sex.
But speaking on over sexualization, the reason why I asked that was because, like, there was a point in time.
Who said?
Go on, Tony.
No, nothing more. No. It's always a red leaf is saying I would never accept that hug. I don't know what hug y'all talking about and everything else like that. Misbehaving, saying stuff. All right, so we're going to talk about what we're talking about, and that is cheating. That is a topic. I mean, I know that we usually you get off the. What are you putting in that in there? What is in
A
that?
beer.
What kind of beer?
I'm drinking vanilla caramel porter.
That ain't no damn beer.
It is. It's
It's just
delicious.
vanilla on it.
And caramel.
Yeah.
So you're
Is
being
there
a
such
hater.
thing as a justified affair?
So you're being a
Is
hater.
there such a thing as a justified affair?
I'm drinking a beer. What's it made of?
It's a
It's the
porter.
What do you guys think?
Apple cinnamon beer here.
It's a porter.
All right.
Nice.
Let's go back to
So,
cheat.
question: do you guys think there's such a thing as a justified instance of cheating? Where is there a situation where you think, yo, this person was right to have cheated? Do you guys think that's ever like okay?
No,
We
we
talked
said
about
no.
this earlier. That was early in the pan. We talked about it, if you're ever justified to cheat. But since we haven't got, me and Anna already commented on it. Mandrell, is there a time that you feel that you could be just as justified why somebody would cheat?
Yes.
Okay.
Why
Yep.
is that? Go right ahead, please.
Okay, if you take a person like me, for me, marriage is finite. Period. That's who I'm going to be with for the rest of my life. Absolutely, right? That's who I'm going to be loyal to. Period. So if I don't want to step out, and if I don't want my wife to step out, we agree to be monogamous, right? But she steps out the marriage and consistently does it, period, and I'm in no position to just flat out leave, then okay, she broke the covenant, and I guess it's a free for all. She's gonna do what she's gonna do. I'm gonna do what I want to do.
All right, so I have to clap back on this a little bit because
But why not leave?
you're saying,
Like I said, I wasn't in a position to just outright leave. I mean, because once you're married, you got money and finances, and in my case, businesses that's tied into this. Okay, you know what I mean? If her name is on all that shit, I'm pardon my language, but if her name is on all that stuff, it's gonna take a minute for me to get her name off of it. Signatures got to be signed, lawyers got to get involved, the whole 9 yards. So, might be cheaper to keep her and just do what I want to do on the side.
yeah,
Just depends. You know what I'm saying?
Never get
Depends on the
married,
situation.
Mandrell, we got to clap back on this a little bit.
Go right ahead, bro.
But I feel what you're saying. But I'm saying that first off, she was cheating. So the fact that she was cheating doesn't make it right for you to cheat.
Just vindictive.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? You can't just say, you know what I mean? You can't say, all right, she's cheating, so I'm gonna cheat too, and stick your tongue at her. I'm cheating too. How do you like that? You know what I mean?
Agreed.
So I would just think, and as you're saying, if you're in a position where you're saying I can't leave because financially, then I would think that y'all both know the situation, and at that point, it ain't cheating anymore. Y'all are just living until you can
It's
afford
a
to get
business
a divorce.
arrangement.
Yeah,
Right.
So I don't see it as cheating.
No, that's a gray divorce. I think they have a term for it now. It's like that's like the Bill Gates divorce. You know, they're divorced in everything except for like on paper, pretty much.
Yeah. See, that's different. Like, I agree. Like, if you have an agreement with your wife where it's understood, she's gonna do her thing, I'm gonna do my thing. That's not cheating.
No.
The two of you are aware. The two of you, and you have boundaries on it. Because there are marriages like that, where okay, no outside babies, no diseases, and don't do anything to ruin the brand or hurt our family name. Which is I believe that Jada and Will had that kind of marriage, but I mean, August just wasn't with it. August just wasn't with
You
it.
picked the wrong one for the entanglement.
There you go. Exactly.
It's not usually she picked the wrong one. It was disgusting that she picked her son's friend.
The wrong one.
I agree wholeheartedly, man.
That's what's disgusting.
And it was predatory. And you know what was making me mad about that, Tony, is they'll call men.
Yo, that Jada Pinkett thing. I
Wait,
can't
let me finish,
believe that
KP.
that woman got away
Wait,
with that.
KP.
I can't
Wait,
believe
Wait.
it.
1 second, KP.
Yeah.
Anna was talking. We gotta let Anna finish her
Thank
comment before
you.
we jump in. I know it's probably a little lag and stuff like that, and that's what it is. But all right, Anna, do you?
Yeah. So, I'm sorry. Would he mind? Can you mute his on his side for a little bit? It's just
All
like a
right,
lot of
yeah,
background noise.
yeah. It's a lot of background noise in this.
Thanks.
All right,
Perfect. Thank you.
there you go. Thanks, brother.
So yeah, so I had a lot of conversations with other women about when the whole Jada Pinkett thing came out, about August Alsina. I have never seen a more predatory woman get so much grace in my life. And I think that when men are predatory, they are attacked immediately. And I was frustrated that people were not holding Jada Pinkett accountable for her predatory nature. Not only was it somebody that was a friend of her kids, but that person looked at her at some point in a maternal state. Like that person came to her for like guidance, for comfort. She knew that he came from a situation where he did not have a lot of support. She knew that he had some mental stability issues as well. So she knew all these things about him, and yet she still became sexually involved with this individual who was significantly younger than her on top of that, and was like, her level of predatory nature was so high to me, and I was just pissed the hell off that nobody, and not even her husband, was holding her accountable to her predatory nature.
Yeah, I would say that if you took the exact same situation and you did it with Willow and Will Smith, he would not have got the pass that she got.
No.
And this is why I think this is why I hate these. I'm telling you, and I hate these black women that act this way. I really do. And it is what it is. People say whatever they want to say, but I hate these black women who act this way. This spirit. They claim the spirituality, like
Right.
Erica Badu, all these Erica Badu. She goes out there and she records Barack Obama's 60th birthday, and then when she gets back, she goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry for disturbing this sacred event. It wasn't sacred to you when you was fucking cut. It's sacred now because you got backlash over it. Now all of a
Yeah,
sudden,
and
it's a sacred event. I
it
don't
was a
like people who use.
event.
I don't like people who use this bullshit, this earthiness, and that's how she tries to come off. Like she's this earth girl who's one with nature and everything else and all this stuff. You fucked a little boy.
Earthy
Right?
people.
That was your friend's that was your son's friend. Period. That's what you did. And who had mental issues. Period. That's what you did. If Will
And
did
you knew
that,
it.
Will's career would be over.
Over.
It'd be a done deal. But they gave her because she had some, and Will is the one who helped her because he went on that damn red
talk
and basically said, and they sit there and said,
and let her say bullshit like entanglement.
Yeah, the bad marriage for life. Like we're in this for life, and he went there. Terrible.
Look, and my thing about it was, I don't feel bad for Will at all.
No, he
Okay?
enabled her. He enabled
Right.
her.
Anytime you tell someone that there's no scenario or rhyme or reason that would ever leave you, you told that person that? Like, why would you ever do that? You know what I mean?
And she had him on the show. She had him on the show to talk about his stuff.
But my thing is, unfortunately, I'm talking before. There's a video of Will telling a crowd of people, because they asked him about how is he able to sustain a successful marriage for so long, he and Jada. And he said, there's no scenario where I can see myself leaving her, ever. There's nothing that can ever break us apart. And I was like, why would you say that to a person? Why? Unfortunately, we're human beings, and for human beings, there has to be a sense of danger. There has to be the threat of loss in order to keep us on the straight and narrow. That's everybody. It just depends on what scenario it is. But if a person knows that they can do whatever they want and you're never going to leave and things are never going to be the same, they're going to do whatever they want to do.
Her whole argument with Will Smith, honestly, when you saw it, was that he basically was trying too damn hard to give them a great life. I mean, that's really what it boiled down to. Is he was just work. You know what? You're just too straight laced for me, and you're just working too hard to give me this amazing life and home and blah blah blah. And so she I hate to say it, but she did that whole episode on narcissism, and I quite as kept. I feel like Jada is very narcissistic. And how she handled that whole situation, especially with August Alsina, she had him on the show prior to this incident coming out to talk about his mental issues, all that stuff. They tried to act like she was some mother figure to him and all this other shenanigans and buffoonery. And then this comes out. That's why I'm like, girl, your level of accountability was so minimal.
You can't.
It was
Anna,
just like so
Anna,
contradictory.
I've had this conversation with my sister, and you know, one conclusion that I've drawn is that when it comes to women in America, you can't hold them accountable for anything. It seems that way these days. It seems that way.
When it comes to things of a sexual nature like that, I don't think women are held to the same accountability level that men are.
I agree.
And I think that has to change. If we want everything equal across the board, we want all the same equal rights and everything else, well, then you have to hold women just as accountable when it comes to stuff like this. Like, she should have been just as canceled as any man would have been in this same, like you said, Will Smith, Tony, like you said, would have had no career if that would have been him. None.
All the way over.
Well, to be fair, Jada Pinkett Smith has no real career either. Like, she does direct TV.
I was waiting on somebody else to say it.
Like, and the way she handles her relationship with Tupac, for me, is a little bit disgusting. Like, these things she did when, I think it was like his 50th birthday, and she released some poems or something about like the way she capitalizes on her relationship with it and kind of throws it in not just Will's face, but our face. Like, yo, Tupac's loved me still, though. Like, he loved me, and I loved him more than anybody else. Like, I don't know. It's a little bit unbecoming to me.
I liked her before, but she just is like, just like Tony said, this whole I'm so spiritual, I'm going to shave my head, kumbaya bullshit. And then you come with and I'm also going to be fucking my son's friend and doing all these other shenanigans and buffoonery. Like, just no. Pick a route, girl.
All right, let's go. Siren is here trying to talk shit. Let's see what she's saying. Hell, men are hardly held accountable. We just now seeing R. Kelly guy. All right, so this is a lie from Siren Time. And let's
lies.
This is a lie.
Lies, all lies.
All right, so R. Kelly in that situation, a different situation of the one with exactly what we're saying, but the videotape was out on R. Kelly.
Right.
That she didn't come forward with this information. He dropped the information and exposed it. So R. Kelly was gonna get what he got no matter what. Once that videotape came out, it was over. Everyone when he married Rihanna, it was over. Everyone Aaliyah. I'm sorry, Rihanna. Aaliyah, it was over. So I wouldn't say that men don't get held accountable. I would think that you would see a million men who have done what Jada did, and you never. Woody Allen got held accountable. Still to this day.
Wait, when?
Well, no, Woody Allen has never been held accountable.
Thank you.
No, Woody Allen has not.
Woody Allen, it's out there.
They did it, but
he's been held accountable.
But held accountable is my question. He's still making
legally or morally.
Yeah, he's still making movies. People are chopping at the bit to get into this guy's
making money.
Let's put it down. People may not care and give him the pass of what he did, but the story is out there. Everyone knows.
Correct.
It comes down to
but people know
what you want to do. You know the information, and if you still want to go see his movies, that's on you. But the information was there; it wasn't swept under the rug or anything like that. Yeah. Woody Allen, and people don't know what happened when Woody Allen was saying. Woody Allen, his wife Mia Farrow, I do believe her name was at the time. She had a daughter that she adopted, and Woody Allen wound up divorcing his wife and marrying the daughter. That's what happened.
And
there.
on top of that, he was accused by his adopted
That's just
mother,
one part of the
Dylan,
story.
of molesting her.
Well, if I would think if he molested her, she wouldn't have stayed with him. So I would think that's
No,
something.
no, the mom, no.
No,
So
that's
there was
another daughter.
Suni,
That's
yeah,
another
there was
daughter. Yes.
Suni that was Mia Farrow's adopted daughter that he ended up marrying, but there was Dylan, who was the daughter that they adopted together. And that's the one that told her mom that he molested her. So that's why they had the initial court case. That was even another thing separate from him marrying his girlfriend's adopted daughter. So he was like a double hit.
Well, he should have went to jail if he molested
He
that
should
girl.
have, but they tried. Like if you guys go on HBO Max, I think it's like a maybe a 4-part series. I feel like I told you, Tony, about it maybe because I was like, it came on Sundays
They
for a
go
little
deep
bit
in that
right
documentary.
before Mayor of Easttown it came on. It was called Woody versus Pharaoh, and it's on HBO Max, and it was all about. It goes through everything. Like if you've never heard, you guys watch that. It shows
I heard of it, but I never watched it. But I will now.
Yeah, you should watch it. And it talks about his whole like fetishization of young women, his whole career, even in his movies. I mean, the man. You could see the pedophile tendencies in everything that he did, and people just didn't acknowledge it because of his genius. I think the only difference, though, is that there are people that will stand behind in the media that will stand behind him being a pedophile and being predatory. Whereas I did not see one media outlet call out Jada Pinkett for predatory behavior. And I think that's where the difference is that it's not that he wasn't necessarily held accountable, but there were at least outlets that were saying this man is a predator. This man is clearly a pedophile. There was nobody that said. They basically were making
his own
songs
son.
about Jada
His own
Pinkett.
son made a whole documentary on him.
They gave Jada Pinkett a high five because she had a younger man and he had a big dick. That's what they were doing to Jada. They were basically high-fiving her for this situation. I have never seen a woman held accountable for any type of predatory behavior on any level. I've just never seen it.
That's why you're my girl, Anna. That's why right there. A woman.
It's true.
I should say that out loud. Yes.
I've never seen it.
It has.
And you see,
okay,
it's
wait,
not
Tony.
just
Wait,
one
Tony.
way,
Wait,
right?
wait.
I don't know any. I don't know any.
You want me to tell you who
Yes,
has?
please do.
I really do because I don't know any.
Mary Kay Letourneau. She went to jail for, and she had a kid with her. The kid that was in 6th grade. She went to jail while she was pregnant.
But that wasn't legal.
I'm saying she went to jail while she was pregnant. She molested the kid.
Yeah, that was illegal.
Got pregnant,
and that was
went to jail, came out of jail, married the kid after she got out of jail. They got married and everything. Had
But
another
they glorified her. They tried to make that shit a love story.
And then
question,
she passed
Tony.
away.
If they did not have a child, would that have ever gone anywhere? If they did not have a child, would that have ever gone anywhere? That's my question.
Oh, her and the bride?
I'm not saying this, but it's it's the way it is. Like
yeah, she died.
Like she died of cancer. But when you look at it's just this is a man's world, unfortunately. And so when you look at things like that, like they make up excuses for men, like they'll say, "Oh, she's a Lolita." She's a little girl. She's enticing the man. He can't resist her because she's so young and she's flirting with him to this point where he has no choice but to do it. That's what the word, I guess, Lolita means and everything else. Right? But they don't have words like that for little boys on women. You know what I mean? They ain't make up no words. So men get the pass, unfortunately. They do on situations like that. Like the woman's being so sexual, he has no chance with it. He can't resist her. You know what I mean? I remember I argued with some guy at my other job.
I'm sorry, Tony. I don't agree with that at all.
Well,
in ancient history, maybe, but today I don't see men getting a pass.
No,
I don't see men getting a pass today.
Activity. Like Jada Pinkett wasn't doing illegal activity. She just was not held responsible in public opinion the way a man would have been held responsible in public opinion. Like what Cuomo did, I like if he's just an extra touchy feely with like an adult woman or whatever, he's being held publicly accountable for that.
Yeah, his
But like
career is over.
Jada Pinkett was preying on her son's friend, knowing he was in a vulnerable state, and they gave her a fucking high five. Like they literally said, "Well, girl, we saw his dick print, so we get it." That's what they told Jada Pinkett. And then they blamed it on Will and said, "Well, we thought Will was gay anyway, so we see it." Like that's how they were doing it.
Ooh, they said that.
Yes. You know that there's always been rumors about that their relationship and him being gay.
Yeah. I've heard gay rumors, but I didn't know they was using that as a response to this.
Yes.
I don't know if he's gay or not. I don't care if he's gay or not.
But I'm just saying they were giving her. They were trying to find any pass they could to make her behavior okay. And it wasn't right.
She have no career, no life, no nothing if she wasn't married to Will Smith.
Right, she doesn't have a career or nothing. Like KP was right.
Her career is being married to Will Smith.
Well, I mean,
that's her career.
When's the last time she's been in?
I mean, she was in Low Down Dirty Shame, and like she's been in some great movies that I
in
love.
The 90s.
Yeah, but she wasn't, and she was in the what's the ones with Keanu Reeves? Matrix.
The Matrix.
What have you done for me lately?
In the Matrix movie.
What
For 10 minutes.
Lately?
She did that. So, she did Gotham. She had a little role in Gotham.
Yeah, she did. Now, the thing is, I actually liked her character in Gotham. I thought she did a good job.
And she had her television show when she was the doctor. So I'm not gonna shit on her career.
That's in one season.
I don't think that has anything to do with it. I'm just saying I don't like that the double standard of her being predatory, and I didn't see one media outlet call her out for that, and they made a joke of it as if her preying on this young man who clearly had mental issues that she was trying to play a mother figure to, and then she turned that into something sexual. I mean, she literally had him on the show prior to this coming out, talking about how she was taking him into her home and making him part of the family. She did a whole thing about his mental shit. And then this came out. So that just shows you how predatory she is. She's hella predatory.
She could make me part of the family if that's the initiation. Put me in that family right now, shorty. You know what I mean?
Tony's volunteering.
I'm saying she's a little skinny thing, and you know what I mean. So she really too.
But
you know, I
man, her and her mom.
I'm on a different tip right now. I'm on a skinny woman tip right now. I'm trying them. I'm gonna try them out. I'm gonna try them out and see how it is.
You don't know what you want. You're just doing it.
I just want to be loved. That's what I want. That's what I know I want.
I don't know if that's all you want. Do you think that's all you want, Tony?
I'm telling you, that's what I want.
I mean, you gave a weight requirement in your other video, so I don't know if that's all you want.
Listen, you can't blame the guy for having,
I'm just not canceling anybody out. I'm trying.
I weigh more than Tony.
You have standards.
Yeah, there you go, standards.
I don't know if you weigh more than me. I don't know.
Oh no, I weigh more than you.
I don't believe that. You know how much I weigh?
I weigh more than you.
You know how much I weigh?
Do you weigh over 200 pounds?
I do not weigh over 200.
I weigh more than you.
Right now, I don't weigh 200 pounds. I'm 190.
Big bank, take little bank.
Which is why people should probably not say how many pounds they think they may or may not want to be with, because people hold weight completely differently. So I'm just saying, you don't know what you may or may not like until you get it.
I agree. I agree with you saying. There's no doubt about it. I can see that one time or something like that. Mara Chase was out in the building at the end of the night.
When's the last time you guys cheated? When's the last time you cheated, Tony? And what caused the cheating? What was your reason for your cheating the last time, Tony? Let's get into some Dr. Phil shit here. What was the reason for you the last time?
That would be last time I was in an actual relationship. So I got to think about that. I can't even remember the last time I actually cheated, because I don't know the last time I've been in a relationship. I'm trying to think. Last relationship I guess I consider myself being in was with Hennessy's, and I think that she was the one cheating. So it wasn't me. So I would have to go back before that, and I can't remember it. Me cheating at all. But I would say that anytime I thought about cheating or anything else like that, I was always thinking about that there was something better coming around the corner, and that's what I always thought. I always thought that there was better than what that I could always get better. I could always do something better and stuff like that. So that would be the only thing that I would think that would make me have maybe want to cheat, is always thinking that there's something going on that is better, and that's just my own probably insecurities and stuff like that made me want to even think that way. That would be it. But I can't think of like when I
Let's pass that question around. We should pass that question around.
Anna, when's the last time you cheated, and why did you do it?
The last time I cheated, I dated somebody that was really great. We were long distance, and there were some insecurities in the bedroom that they did not want to address. And that caused me to cheat.
So you went to this person, you told them, listen, this isn't working for me.
Right.
And they would not do it. But
right. They got defensive.
But you felt like, I didn't want to break up with him. I just rather just go cheat.
Well, I don't think I necessarily sought out to cheat, but in the situation that I was in, I ran into somebody that had a high level of confidence in themselves, which the other person was not exhibiting at that time. And that was very attractive to me. And it had nothing to do with looks or anything like that. It was literally just somebody that had a high level of personal self-confidence that was attractive to me. And it was something that was lacking in my relationship.
He had charisma that your dude did not have.
We didn't stay together much longer after that. I mean, we broke up pretty quickly after that. I don't think I really recognized how much that impacted my decision making until that happened, and then I said, this is not a good relationship for me.
All right, Mandrell, when's the last time you cheated, and why did you cheat?
I wouldn't call it cheating. I mean, because we weren't together when I, slept with someone else. I hadn't cheated on a girlfriend, like been in a relationship but then got with someone else. I've never done that. Now, there's been times where we break up, and like a day or two later, with someone, with someone else. Yeah, that's happened. But actually in a relationship, nah. It's just relationships. I've always taken them seriously.
Mandrell, hold on. I'm calling Kat, Mandrell.
Go ahead.
I'm calling Kat.
Go ahead. Give me a scenario.
How do you know that this young lady that you're going to call 2 days after and you're going to get happening with her, how do you know she's DTF? How do you know she's DTF? Why are you calling her? If you hadn't been talking to her a little bit before time,
I didn't say I hadn't been talking to her before.
All right.
I didn't say I hadn't been talking to her.
Come through, KP.
I said I never did anything with her.
That's cheating too. That's cheating. That's cheating.
How is that cheating?
The relationship was practically over anyway.
It doesn't matter about practically.
Emotional.
The relationship was practically over anyway.
No, he's right, man.
If you have checked out of a relationship mentally, you start emotionally cheating with people, like you're done.
Yeah, mentally I was checked out. I was out. It was over. I was done. It was over.
How many times have you been emotionally checked out?
And sometimes it's hard to.
What you saying, KP? I get to your question, Anna.
A couple times.
I asked you, how many times have you been emotionally checked out?
I know 2 for sure. There's two for sure. I'm trying to think of any of the rest of them. Two for sure.
Like,
I was
it's over
done.
in Mandrell's mind, but they don't know it's over.
Right. It's not even that. It's you. Listen.
They don't know you broken up, but you broken up.
Right. Here's the thing. I'll tell them. Listen.
Yeah.
And you've had plenty. Before I get to that point, before I'm even entertaining another woman, you've had plenty of warning. Because I told you. Listen, if you do these things that you're currently doing, I'm gonna check out, and I'm gonna leave. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a guy that's hard to please. I'm not hard to please. 90% of the time, I'm gonna let you have your way anyway. But there are certain things that I'm gonna need you to do, require from you. You know what I'm saying? The rest, have fun, do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna hold you back.
Yeah.
But it's just like, Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. Have all of this shit out here, but this one tree, don't touch it. Don't eat, just not that one. That's it. Have all the rest of the shit though. No, you got it all. You want to go touch it. You want to go in this area here that I've got quarantine off. Or you don't want to do some of the things on that list. But it's like, okay, listen, you're not doing these things and I'm not happy.
Mandrell's cheating, basically. Let's just come to that conclusion.
Yeah.
Mandrell's ass is fucking capping, and he be cheating, and his.
No, it's not.
No. And your reasoning behind that is, well, girl, you should have known I was already emotionally. And that's why all this side conversation and all this other shit. Like, Mandrell, get the hell out of here with that.
No, seriously. And then I'll tell him.
You're
Look,
a damn.
I'll tell him. Look. I'm
emotional cheater. You're a serial emotional cheater.
No, I'm not, because I said it's happened twice.
So many times emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing: most times, the women break up with me. I've broken up with.
Because you're checked out.
And no, I've broken up with one person.
But you're checked out.
Yeah.
That's her fault. That's why they're
that's her. If I'm emotionally checked out, it is all your fault. You did that.
Okay.
It ain't me. I tried everything I could to make that work. Okay. It ain't me. Listen, it ain't me.
None of it's you. Okay.
No, if I'm emotionally checked out, that's you. You did that. You had more than enough time, more than enough chances, more than enough warning. No.
Okay.
No. Anna.
It's all her.
I promise you. I'm telling you, I promise you. No, that's all her.
Everybody.
No, man, girl, listen, you still fine.
People saying hell no.
I can't fuck with you.
No, yeah, it is. If you made me emotionally checked out, nah.
Mandrell be cheating, y'all. Mandrell be. Listen. His black
hey, everybody thinks I'm cheating.
Listen,
and I so don't. If I'm checked, like I said, if I'm checked out the relationship, that's all you.
His black book is this thick.
Man, I've gotten the side eye from all the ladies in the chat.
Right? I know, right? I know. Look, I'm not bothered either. Y'all can think what you want about your boy, but cheating. It's a point of for me. It's a point of pride. I don't cheat. I'm not gonna go kiss on other women. You
are emotionally cheating. I bet you are a serial emotional cheater.
I bet I don't.
Well, let's go back to your exes. Pull them all on this live right now.
Mandrell's got the red flags.
Yeah, girl.
Wow, red flags.
All the red flags.
Listen. Fair enough.
Alert.
No, listen. Here's the thing, Anna. You understand? It takes a lot, ladies. It takes a lot to get me to that point. For instance, like one of my exes, the one that popped in my head instantly, she absolutely refused to do what little things I asked her. Like, she wouldn't buy me a Christmas gift. I got no fucking birthday gifts. Buying me gifts?
Right.
No, none of that.
Yeah,
for dates? No, none of that.
I don't think that's a reason to cheat because you didn't get a Christmas.
I didn't cheat. Her I broke up with.
He just texted some girl he met at the gym.
Hey, listen, Mandrell's the guy who goes to lunch with the chick and be like, man, My girl ain't buying me
Mandrell
no
be taking
Christmas
your ass
gift.
to lunch.
My girl ain't buying me no Christmas. And she's like, oh, she's such a bad girlfriend. I'd buy if I was your girl, I'd buy you all the gifts you want.
Mandrell is Tyrese. Mandrell is Tyrese. Mandrell is the comforter.
No, I'm not. No. And the thing is, no. Here's the thing.
Mandrell's Tyrese. Mandrell is officially Tyrese.
No one.
No, I mean, here's the thing.
Wait,
here's the thing.
He's Joe.
Who's Joe? What does Joe do?
Me and Tony always talk about Joe.
Am I good? Am I good? Check my levels.
Your levels.
Gotcha. We got you,
bro.
bro.
Yeah, it's a lot better. Yeah.
No, like I said, she was just a piece of trash. She was trash. And I spent way too much time with her, dealing with her and her bullshit. And, everyone has that one that really does it to you, like right in the heart and then twists it. That was that one. Okay, so way too much time with her and putting up with her and all that nonsense. No, she cheated. And I did not, and I didn't. For no reason. And see, it's stuff like that, ladies, you have to be mindful of, because when you treat guys like that, that makes us go out and think all of you are like that. Okay? And then, that was horrible. That was a horrible experience for me. But it's a lesson well learned, and I've learned it well. I don't cheat because I know how that joke feels. And you're lucky that it happened to me sooner in life rather than later.
You be cheating. You be emotional cheating. But I will say...
I'm happy we could unpack this tonight. I'm happy we could unpack this.
Right, and I'm super. The thing is, look.
Since we're side eyeing your ass, you should just take your shirt off to match KP.
No, not doing that.
Because that's the only thing you could do at this point to redeem the chat. And I feel like they would all co-sign on that.
Nah, there's too many dudes in the room right now. You got two guys in here.
Not all these motherfuckers in here.
Right. Not all.
The audience is all women. The audience is all women.
Because here's the thing.
The audience is basically all women.
Basically all women, yeah.
Like I said, just go ahead and take it off and redeem yourself.
Here's the thing with me. I'll tell you my romantic history, okay? From ever since I was a teenager, I grew up in a 2-parent household. My parents had a successful marriage. They were together until one of them died, literally. But so marriage is something I always wanted. It didn't matter to me if I was young when I did it or later in life. So I always looked at relationships as potential marriages. You know what I'm saying? So I always practiced shit like that, like not cheating and stuff like that, and not even entertaining women when I'm in relationships. When I'm in a relationship with you, I'm with you. The rest of the women, no. It ain't like that. But if I'm single, oh man, that's a different story. So
you dried up Mara on this call.
Yeah, she said you got to dry up Mara. Yeah. You dry up.
That's messed up, man.
Well, listen, they said let's not wait till the water runs dry. Listen, we're there. We're at that point.
Fair enough. All right. I'll keep my mouth shut. I'll leave it up to y'all to think whatever you like. That's cool.
It's the denial of the serial emotional cheating for me.
Okay. What is emotional cheating? Tell me that.
The bottom line is you have never erased the black book. You have never trusted a woman enough in any relationship you've been in to even clear your shit out.
Somebody get the lube, they're saying. Someone's got to get lubed up.
No, first of all, okay, I'll tell you what.
Woo.
I'll give you this one, Anna. I don't have a black book. Would you believe that?
A telephone is a black book.
Okay, a telephone.
You have never been invested enough or trusted enough to clear that contact list out, which is why so quickly, like KP said, you were able to make a connection as soon as you felt emotionally disconnected.
No, here's why that isn't entirely accurate. By the time I got
you
to
had
that
players
point,
on the bench.
Here's the thing, KP. Check me out. I don't have players on the bench. Once I'm with someone, it is clear. I don't talk to exes. I don't have their phone numbers in my phone. None of that, because I want to be able to do this. Say you and I together, Anna. You say, let me see your phone. Here you go. Unlock it. And you tell me, unlock it. No, here's my code. I give you the code. You unlock it. You look through my phone. Do whatever you want.
But you said
good luck finding something.
But you said 2 days.
Say what?
You said 2 days though.
2 days what?
2 days later, you had somebody else.
Yeah, that's because we were on the outs. She and I. We were on the outs. We were done. We were done. I was checked. I think, like I said, I was checked out. We were done. And I told her all this.
To build a list.
So he had been emotionally cheating for about 3 months.
No, it was one
before
person.
that day.
I admit,
Not,
like
you've been emotionally cheating for about 3 months.
In passing, pretty much. And then,
I've never looked through a phone in my life, nor have I asked to look through a phone, nor have I been asked for someone to look through my phone. So I don't even.
I've had someone ask me to look through my phone. My ex asked me that.
Yeah,
let me see your phone.
I've never had.
No, it was early. It was early in the relationship. I was invested by then.
I've never had.
You might have thought that, but she was not feeling that.
I've never had a woman have to look at my phone. Pardon me. I've never had to hide my phone from a woman. I've never had to do it. Every girlfriend I've had, and my wife to this day has my my PIN for my phone, and like all my credit card information is on there, like my business information is on there, and I might have some risque pictures of her. That's it. And so there's a beauty to being mature enough, because I remember a time when this life wasn't possible. Like it wouldn't be possible for me to have a wife and like be monogamous for all this time and be contented, because I needed to conquer. But that is when you're 23, 24, 25. I'm 30 now. And I've conquered. Now I want to settle and put roots down and grow. And I think if you're out of that player conquering male mode and you're into now dad, husband, leader in the community, developing yourself and others around you to try to to make you better and your country better, coming from a black country that is developing. I think that is what, and having the right person is what will create monogamy and prevent folks from cheating. That's what, and that's what I have had to learn, because I'll tell you, I have only cheated once in my life, and I cheated with the woman that is now my wife, and I was with a young lady before, and we were together for about 2 years, and halfway through that, she stopped doing some of the things that I really enjoyed. Like she stopped wanting to go to the beach, for example. She a simple thing like just like Virgil was saying, like my birthday comes, I get nothing. Like I don't need anything. A a card will do. A card with a nice word will do. But I got nothing. I got a hug and a happy birthday. She was not giving me the energy that I kind of wanted from a wife. And when I met my current wife, we clicked instantly. And I even though we were still together, quote unquote, in my mind, I was emotionally cheating with like my current wife from like the day I met her. And that was the day that my relationship was already done. But it was so hard to actually break up with her, because she had become not just emotionally but financially dependent on me, that and I didn't want to just pull the rug from under her. So I had to kind of, I had to put her on like a severance package. I had to like stagger her out. Like, okay, you have to move. All right, you have 3 months. Okay, you can move out of the apartment in 3 months. Like, I need you out of the apartment within 90 days. And like, I'm gonna need the keys back within X amount of days. I'm gonna need to get the Civic back by this date and that date. And like because I was taking where we come from in Trinidad, men are still men. and men take care of the woman. End of story. Because they take care of us. And so if I'm
I
with
need
a
to look
young lady,
into
like
that
I'm
then,
paying for
because
everything.
that has never
You
been a
do,
scenario I
you
done
do.
looked into.
It's
I'm in the
yeah,
wrong
you do.
place.
Like
I need to look
because
into
I
that.
hear about something. I hear about how hard women work in the United States, and like especially a beautiful woman like you in this country, like you're not working, mama. You know,
Yeah, I need a
like
severance
yeah.
package.
So I,
Hey, I didn't
yeah,
start. You know,
I
I
have
was
to.
gonna
I
give
need
you
He
a
said
seven.
he
No,
had to give a severance
you
package,
had to.
Tony.
You had to do.
Listen, we're gonna break up, and I'm gonna give you a seven
So
package.
it took me like 6 months to like decouple from her.
Okay,
It took
I need a
6 months.
severance package.
It was like yeah, it
Listen,
took me six
KP,
months to
you
really
got it right.
decouple from her.
You got it right, KP. I'm gonna give you your props right now because you know what?
I
There's a
got
lot of
old school.
motherfuckers that
It's
should have
old
given me a
school.
severance package. I definitely should have got it. I definitely should have got a severance package for
shit,
pain and
you.
goddamn suffering.
I should have got goddamn severance package many a motherfucking time. You know what I mean? Oh, I put up in that motherfucker. Give me a severance. Like, all right, we bowing out of this, but I
Man,
got your rent for the next six
I'm, a,
months.
I'm I mean, cut that check.
For
I
That's
do.
real.
crazy to me.
I'm in the wrong goddamn place.
I mean, it's to me, men have like to me some of these things that have gone around the black diaspora has been men when men have not taken that role, and we've seen it kind of today, right? Like a society that was brought up by single mothers, those boys are going to be fucked up, right? So in this country, like I was brought up in a two parent household. My parents got divorced when I was like 21. So like I was these things were normal. My grandfather, like my grandfather drilled things into me, but one of the things he's like, yo, you take care of your woman. But if they're treating you badly, they're treating you well, you take care of them either way because that's your responsibility. If they still
I ain't
continue to
gonna treat
not,
you badly,
if
Bill. That's what
they
I won't
don't
do.
return the favor, if they won't return the favor, then you cut. But you have to take care of your woman. And if you have a woman and you are paying all of her bills and whatnot, and you're because and you do it out of a place of love, like because the dudes that do it out of like just pure control and need to control your life, so they need to because they're paying the phone bill, so they want to see your phone because they're paying the bill. Like that was not the way it was. Just I'll take care of it.
I mean, it's the
And
severance
if
package
I'm
for me. I
decoupling
like
from you and I know you don't have an income, like I can't just pull the rug from under you and expect you to be okay. Like I have to wean
Yeah,
you
but
off of it.
she didn't have an
Um,
income before you
and
met her.
it's just I took that responsibility on myself.
Yeah, but she
it's
didn't have an income
Correct,
before you
correct.
met
And
her.
she probably won't have one when I'm done. But I put an expectation in her that she expected that she'd have this. Now, if I'm going to cut the tap off, I should at least give her some notice that the tap will be cut in the 90 days. So work your life
I've
out.
dated enough wealthy
But
men and millionaires where I
if you
should have
want to
got a
drop a
severance
high and dry, that's
package.
cool too.
I should
I
have got a
think
severance
everybody wants
package
the
to keep up
severance
my
package.
lifestyle.
Tell us about it.
I should
No.
have got
Everybody
one
Tell
to
us
wants
keep
the
my
about it.
severance
Tell
lifestyle.
us about it.
They all about the severance package right now. Everyone's about it. Let's take a look at Tamara Anthony, and let's take a look at her profile picture. Now she's got a very sexy thing going on here with the shoulder. I enjoyed that. See, ladies, I want to explain something to you, ladies out here. See that it's a shoulder. That's not. It could be a kneecap, and now turn a man on. You ain't got to go crazy with it. A damn shoulder could do it. Look at that right there. Shoulder can do it. Kneecap can do
You
it.
want me to put a turtleneck on right now?
No.
Okay, exactly. So moving on.
No, I'm just give our girl some props here.
Moving on with this whole shoulder
Stop
this
hating
scenario.
on Tamara. We'll take a look at a
Moving
picture.
on.
I think you did a great job on this
Hi,
picture
right
right.
along.
I'll be hating on Tamara right now.
If Tamara had on a fucking V cut on here, you wouldn't tell her to go put on a turtleneck and show her shoulder.
What
Say,
I'm
keep
trying to
on what you got on,
what I'm
girl.
trying to say is that a shoulder can do it if it's done right. And that's what I'm saying. Don't be hating on Tamara. She's one of us.
No, this is not me hating. I'm saying I find it funny when men say things like that because they'll also tell you go put on the lowest fucking top you got.
All right. Have I ever heard you? Have I ever said it to you?
Listen.
And have
We can like both. We can like you scantily clad, and we can like you, fully clothed or fully covered up. We like
I
both.
love the way you dress, Anna. I love the way you look.
Well, no, you don't actually. You told me you're like, if you're my woman, you got to put some clothes on.
If you ain't my woman, if you was my woman, it'd be a different situation. But you ain't my woman, so I enjoy looking at you the way you do. But
I wish, honestly, you say that you can do that, but I don't. I wish more women would give respect to women that can just show a shoulder. I wish more men would give respect to women like that because they don't.
Respect to women like what, Anna?
I wish you could just show a shoulder off and you would get the level of attention that Tony played to Tamara, because that's how it should be, but it's not like that.
I agree.
It should be that way. You should be able to just show off a shoulder and get the same love that you do with it, but you don't.
Well, I mean,
I don't know, man. I think there's some woman that can pull it off.
And then they want you to put some clothes on after.
I just think it's all about how you present it.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down
Yes,
to.
Bridgeful, I have pants on.
You better watch Bridgeful.
And this is Tamara knows I love her. This is not about that. I'm talking about the double standard that men do. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, here's part of the problem. I'll say this. Well, you see women, like you go to a major metropolitan city, right? New York, Miami, Atlanta, LA. You see the way women dress. They're out there in their FM dress, right? I mean, and there's so many of them out there like that. It's like, but then you see a woman who's dressed kind of modestly, but she's showing just enough. It's tasteful. That's what gets my attention. The women out there that are almost naked, I'm like, yeah, that's nice. As a man, I appreciate that. I do. But what's going to reel me in? Taste. Leave something for the imagination. But to most guys, they're gonna see the.
I like both.
Right, I like both. Like I said, I appreciate that. I do. I'm a man. What do you want? But what's gonna reel me in, ladies? I mean, the bait is that you dress tastefully. It's not too much. It's just enough. You show us some skin.
I don't believe this shit. I'm sorry. I think it's some bullshit. I think
it ain't bullshit. It ain't bullshit.
I think what it is, like, to me, it's like this.
It's not bullshit at all.
If I'm just sleeping with you, it is what it is. But if you my shorty and you like we rocking for a while, that's just got to be for me. I need stuff just to be like if I'm just gonna hit you and you wear a thong on the beach and you're out there with both butt cheeks shaking, I can see every motion of your butt. I love it and I love to see it. But if you my chick, that just gotta be just for me.
Right.
That's what it comes down to me. Like there's something I need just for me, and that I feel special about. That I'm the only one privileged enough to see it. Then whether you're gonna go on the beach and rock both butt cheeks out on the motherfucking thong.
Exactly. Now here's the thing, Anna. Here's what a lot of women don't realize. Okay, those things like out there in your fucking dress, that'll get a man for the night. But you want to get a man to keep him? Don't wear that shit. Because we see that's a free meal to us. So that's easy.
Why are they
that's
cheating
Preach.
Why are they cheating at the strip club then?
You go to the strip club just for the night. It's to have fun. It's just for a night and to blow money.
The bottom line is it's still something visual. There's something
but it's just for the night. It's just for the
that is attractive to you.
Gotcha, but don't miss the point. Don't miss the point. The point is you want to get a man and you want to keep him. That should be your goal.
Just what Mara said. You do not look for the modest shit. You fucking don't. You look.
Yes, if we're looking to keep a woman, yes, we do.
If you got her, then you want her to do that. But that
doesn't work.
Manjo, you're correct. Manjo, I feel you, Manjo. You're correct.
That doesn't work.
You're correct.
Right, and we all
I
know
think it
that.
has to do
We
with
all know
maturity
that.
too, because at 21, I like if you show me some ass and titties, like that's all I want to see at
That's
21. 21,
exactly
22, 23. That's all I want to see is ass and titties, ass and titties.
This is
When
this is
I just touched 30, like if I
and now you're
see
looking to
my
settle
wife
down,
next to a
looking for
woman with
something
a
serious.
perfect body in a bikini, like I am not more attracted to the woman in the skimpy little bikini. I'm not more attracted to her. I appreciate her sexiness. I
Mhm.
appreciate that. You know what? I'll probably have a nice time with her. Or I appreciate that, but I don't want her. I don't desire her more than I desire my wife or a woman that maybe might have a couple extra pounds on her, but she's a solid stand-up woman that will rep for
Right,
you and help you and pull you
I
through
won't
hard
even
times, love you and fuck you when you need to
this
fuck
isn't wait.
properly, do what you need to get. You know that at the older age, like the body by itself doesn't uh, is not the deciding factor. That is what I'm saying.
We're not
You know what I
talking
mean?
I'm not
It's
talking about
great
weight.
to have it.
I'm not
I
talking about
appreciate
weight.
it, but it's not the deciding factor.
right.
I'm not talking about weight. But what I'm talking about is all these men making a killing of preying on the emotions of single women around the country, telling them bullshit like we appreciate a fucking shoulder when we know good and goddamn well that is not what is getting those dudes.
You're throwing the baby
So
out the
I'm
bathwater.
sorry.
Hey, if
I wish that honestly more men would say, you know what? I want to see you with your titties out when I meet you, but once I get you, I need you to put that shit away.
okay,
I would have more respect for that than trying to
got
tell
you.
me you can just show
I can
me a
agree with
fucking
that. I can agree with
Oh,
that.
okay.
shoulder
Hold on,
and you're gonna
KP.
get me. That's some bullshit.
Anna, I'll tell you
You
this.
like
Hold on.
seeing the ass and
I
titties. You
see.
like seeing ass and titties.
Right. I see what you're talking about, Anna. And
It's fake
but
as fuck.
here's the
Men make
thing.
money off that shit.
No, men make money off of that, but those guys are full of shit.
But
Here's how you get.
that's
Okay,
what's online right now, and that's what
no,
women are looking
I
at.
know, but don't listen to those guys.
But they
Here's
do.
what men are looking for. Okay, men like if you ask Tony, you found a girl on the beach dressed in a 2-piece bikini. He knows full well he's not going to marry that. No, you can't change her. You just okay. We're married now. Now I want you to wear a onesie and wear a towel around your waist.
Yeah, that's what
She's
they
not
do.
going to change that. No, the girl's 28, 29. She's not going to change that for you. No,
So
she has
the
to
fuck
be.
not if you're
She
not
has to
taking
be.
care of it.
Well, thing is, if a man's looking for marriage, he's looking for different things. So different things are going to catch my eye.
Your
Different things.
initial
It
attraction will
depends.
not
Like if
be
I'm
a
not looking for
shoulder.
marriage, Anna, if a man's not looking for marriage, different things are going to catch his eye, and that's what he's going to pounce on. So if I'm not looking for marriage, I see
It's
the woman
bullshit.
dressed scantily clad.
It's
That's what I'm
bullshit.
going to go for. But if I'm looking for a man's looking for marriage, Anna, I'm telling you because I'm going through this right now.
No, the marriage thing, the marriage part. Okay, I'm not saying that you will marry her if she continues to dress like that. I'm talking about the initial connection that you are making with a woman. If you're going to try to tell me if there was a group of women, you're going to pick out the woman that has nothing but his shoulders showing. You're a fucking liar. There's no goddamn way.
Not true.
Okay.
No.
That's not true.
If the
Depends on what the
one with
man's
the
looking
shoulder
for.
showing is absolutely gorgeous,
Yeah,
I'm
men and
probably
women are
gonna
different.
I'm probably gonna be
Men,
more interested in her.
right.
Like I know I can get her to take them clothes off when I get
When you
when
say
we get
gorgeous,
into doing what we're doing. Like
she
I'm a
has to be next level, astronomically beautiful for
pretty
that
face.
to work. No
No.
average woman with nothing but a
Nah,
shoulder
nah,
showing
nah,
would get your
nah.
attention. Y'all are capping. That's a goddamn lie. No way. No
Nothing wrong
fucking
with
way.
nothing wrong with a 2-piece, Mara. But what I'm saying
You
is,
see,
it depends.
what corrupts it is using the word average woman. Like, 'cause what does that mean, right?
right. Also, Anna, it depends. If you're looking for a man who's marriage minded, it's going to take a different type of bait to catch that fish. Now, the ones you see out there that are
Cheated
scantily
with his
clad,
wife and he married her. He married the woman he cheated with.
hey, we don't know the particulars of his situation. Okay, so what I'm saying is, and we don't know what kind of bait she was using. We don't know what kind of bait she was using to catch him. So, like I said,
The
like for
good
me,
girl shit is some bullshit. I'm
the what?
sorry. The whole good girl, let's be the good girl shit is some bullshit.
I didn't say. Look, I didn't say.
The girl that cheated got the ring.
I didn't. Hold on. I didn't say dress like a nun.
I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying just the good girl shit. You do not get rewarded for being the good girl. That shit is a goddamn
But
lie.
see,
You
guys
do
can
not
say the
get
same
rewarded.
thing because I've been a good guy.
That's why the Instagram models on TV are going through multiple husbands because they still get wifed.
What husbands? Who's marrying Instagram chicks?
I wish there was a woman in the chat that would.
They're married Instagram chicks.
Why would you see? Okay, Anna. No, hold up, time out. Because my sister and I talked about this too. Listen, those kind of guys do not use those examples. Those are simps. Only a simp marries an Instagram thought. You don't wipe that up.
Thank you.
You do not wipe that up. That's how you end up broken divorce court.
Inexperienced.
That's how you end up broken divorce court. Men do not. Men, Anna. Men. Real
you don't wipe
men.
her up while she is an Instagram model still.
But they do.
And the thing, those aren't real men. Those are boys.
No.
Those are that's like a kid who found his
insecure and immature.
Or super excited, no idea what to do with it, and so they shoot themselves in the foot. Why would you marry this? What you expect? You married an Instagram thought. Of course you cheated. Of course she used you for your money. She's a thought who happens to be on Instagram. You're stupid enough to marry her.
You married her while she was still an Instagram slut. And she was still on Instagram after she got with you. What you think she's doing on Instagram while you guys married? The same thing she's doing when she wasn't married and she was talking to you. She's talking to niggas online, getting money from them, flying out to another state or another country to get pounded in the ass. And so yeah, those dudes are, as you say, they're not real, because people confuse being a real man, quote unquote, to being successful or rich or good looking or whatever. You can be successful, rich, good looking, all that, and still not be confident enough to appreciate what you need, not what you want, but what you need in a woman. And what you need in a woman is a woman that will be loyal to you, because love is just a word. Loyal is an action you have to do on a daily basis. You have to get up and actively decide to be loyal to me. And if that is not something I can fix. I can spend some money and get you an ass and get you some tits. I'm sending you to Venezuela, and for 25,000, I'll get you a whole new body. You look better than Amber Rose. You look as bad as you want to look. I have a couple dollars. I can make that happen. I can make you look however you want to look. But I can't turn a bad bitch Instagram model who is on Instagram right now, showing and is on OnlyFans, showing her JJ all over the place. I am not getting that woman to become loyal after I put a ring on her finger. No. But in 10 years, though, she might mature from being an Instagram chick, and you might be able to have her then.
All right, one second. Let me jump in here real quick because y'all attacking my girl and I gotta defend her.
Not attacking her,
I gotta defend her.
We love Anna.
Listen, the bottom line is this. There's a million
all love. No attacking at all.
No, there's a million women on Instagram getting wifed up, and you could say that they buy people with low self-esteem or whatever. They wifing these chicks strictly on their looks, because what happens when you, especially these are rich men, what happens when you start dealing with men who are rich like this is that they want these trophy wives or not. They don't give a fuck if they fuck 50 people. What they give a fuck about is that there are people lusting over them, and they can say, you lust over the woman that I am with. And that becomes more of a status symbol for same people saying, oh, they ain't no one mad. Listen, that's lying straight up, because Instagram model hit you up right now in your chat. That chick could drop that ass on you. Then most men is gonna be turned out by this chick, and it's easy to say, "Oh, I wouldn't. I just fucking go." Please, I don't believe you, because I've done see mad motherfuckers. You can say what you want. You can say what you want. You can say whatever. Cardi B come on to you right now, and she fucking drop that big ass on you. You gotta be like, oh, you want to get married tomorrow, girl? How about
No.
I seen what you did in the past. I can't mess with you. No, you're gonna be like, how about tomorrow? Can we get? And then you may try to change her. It ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna work.
Right, but you gonna marry her. So saying
marry her.
Saying that you ain't gonna say you're gonna hit it and you're gonna marry. Listen, I done seen. Listen, there's a reason why you have the song "Whip Appeal" and all that, right?
Good
Man,
luck to that man that marries that woman.
listen,
Yeah,
That's
it
all I'm
is
gonna
really.
say. Good
hard.
luck to him.
It is not hard for a woman to pussy whip a nigga. Let's be real about it, man. If that woman could pussy whip, listen. I've been pussy whipped. I know.
Me too.
I know. So I'm not trying to front. I know. Trust me. I was with one chick. That chick done broke up with me. It been 2 years, and motherfucker asking me were we together, and I was saying we were because I was scared for somebody else to try to hit it. All right, now we broke up in 2 years. I'm like, yeah, we still good. We good. I'll see. She hanging out tonight, and she was. I'm whipped. All right, so I don't even want to hear that dudes all pussy whip is a thing, and you can catch it. You know what I mean? So
It
that
is.
that is just what it goes by, and people can say whatever they want. But these Instagram models.
Prince Harry.
They have a whole dating site for like people in Hollywood to meet Instagram models because that's what's going on. If you look at all these chicks, all the dating NBA players and all that, these are all Instagram bitches dating these dudes, and
Onlyfans.com.
they all get
But you
what
don't wipe that up though, Tony. You
Onlyfans.com.
they
know
are
that.
though.
You and
But
I
they
both
are.
know. But you
They
and I
are
both know
wiping
you
it.
don't do that. Come on.
If
They
your
are doing
focus
it.
was
They are
loyalty,
doing it.
if your focus was loyalty,
Why?
you would go get no because it's not for most.
I don't get it.
If
Like,
your
why
focus,
would you?
no, the
Like,
focus
why
is
would you wipe
not.
that up? I'm
If the
confused.
focus was loyalty, you would go get Penny Baker, whatever, from down the goddamn block because that
Right, and
goes with
level her
loyalty.
up.
But they don't do that. So what I'm trying to say
Well, they're
is
idiots. Don't
let's just
don't
stop
lose
with
using
let's just
examples.
stop with giving women false hope and false shit about what it's like out here. It's not like that.
I'm saying what I'm saying
If it
is
was about loyalty, I would have been married years ago.
no. It's just you picked the guy you were with was
No.
okay.
If it
Here's
was
okay.
about
Look,
if it
I'll
was
tell you what I'm.
about loyalty, I would have been married years ago.
Gotcha.
It's not about loyalty. It's not about that. Once you're in it and some shit happens, then it's about some goddamn loyalty. But
Yeah.
at the beginning, it's not about that. It's
No,
just not.
when she looked like an Instagram model and everyone else wants to fuck her, then it's about loyalty. Then
Uh-uh.
you're like, oh, he's not loyal to me, right?
No.
But if it's not like
It,
that, because you don't want to know how going off somewhere else, then all of a sudden you're talking that
no.
loyalty.
Here's the thing with me,
Before that,
Tony.
it ain't
Physical
about
definitely
Oh, wait,
is
wait.
No
the
one's
first
talking loyalty with
thing
the
that
average
you
woman.
see and the first thing that grabs you.
Okay,
Physical
here's
is
the
the first
thing.
thing that grabs you for sure.
Here's the
Physical is
thing with
what
me. Like
starts the thing.
even me, I don't see myself with a bona fide 10 ever. I don't even shoot my shot with them because, and it's because of the stereotype. I admit, I fall victim to stereotypes too. When they're like, well, people like guys who are like you, they're like this. I'm like, wow, you couldn't be any further from the truth. Just because I'm built this way doesn't mean I'm just out here slaying it like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I mean, but I see myself with a
My
hard
wife is a
8.
10 and I'm boasting.
A very attractive woman. But listen, I'm gonna need you to be a business partner. I'm gonna need you. Look, I'm trying to.
Humble
Yes,
brag.
I'm telling you right now,
I'm trying. You know what I'm
loyalty does
saying?
not
I
mean
need you to be
shit.
other things
Loyalty
other
does
than
not mean
beautiful.
shit. Loyalty does not mean anything. And with
It
all
means
due respect,
everything to me.
it does. For most men, it does not mean a goddamn thing. And I'm going to tell you why it doesn't. Just like we had this whole situation about weight and blah blah blah. For some, I mean, I'm not like some humongous woman, but I'm a thicker woman, and I have had a man who had the best sex with me from his own mouth. Okay, I'm a very loyal woman, had all my shit together, had all this stuff in common, and he still decided to date a different woman because she was skinnier than me. That's it. And he's not the only person like that.
Well, those guys had their priorities not in the right
No,
place.
it's not just those guys.
Anna,
There's a
you're right.
lot of
You're
men.
right.
There's
You're
a
right.
lot of men just like him. Okay.
Yeah, I admit they are.
And as we go down the
I think
line,
what Manjula and I
that
were
woman
saying is that
that
yeah,
woman
that
he
is the
had
reality.
no, let me finish, KP. That woman who had no loyalty to him, okay, that he picked solely on those bases was the same woman that cheated on his ass. And then when he comes back around, now he has a motherfucking epiphany. Now all of a sudden loyalty matters. But loyalty didn't mean a goddamn thing when I initially provided that for him. So I don't want to hear shit about this loyalty. I'm looking for no. That's a goddamn lie. It's a full cap. I don't want to fucking hear that shit. No, ma'am. I don't think so. Good luck to you. Hopefully, the woman that you find attractive happens to have some loyalty, but that's not what you're looking for.
You're not gonna really find that from. You're not gonna know, and that's why I say I don't go for tens. I mean, you're not usually you're not gonna find that in tens and in Instagram models. And the thing is, wait a minute, hold up. You're a loyal woman, right?
I wouldn't even. And it's funny when people
you're a loyal woman, right? And you're an extremely beautiful woman to an extreme amount.
And yet a nigga left me for a skinny bitch.
Well, that's him.
With that being said, it doesn't even matter. You could have the most stunning face, the biggest goddamn titties. You still can't satisfy a motherfucker. It doesn't even fucking matter.
All right, depends on the guy you get. It depends on the dude you're with. Because, like I said, to me, Instagram models, that shit doesn't.
I know you are correct.
Doesn't impress me. The whole thing with Brittany Renner, there's no way that chick's gonna catch me like that. No way. No way. What? You got married and got her knocked up with no prenup? What's wrong with you, bro?
I'm sure he said the same thing.
I was talking about Brittany Renner on a different, but you're talking about a chick who dated Drake. And and a whole bunch of other motherfuckers. You're saying that this chick who got all these other rich ass dudes whooped ain't gonna whoop you.
Ain't gonna whoop me. Sorry. All right.
You're not.
Okay, exactly, Tony. Exactly.
Yeah, we gonna have to talk.
You will get whooped.
You ain't gonna catch me. Not the kid.
She would have wrapped you around her fucking.
It's true. It's true.
Okay. Times, bro. Listen, man.
Men make very, very bad decisions when it comes to choosing a woman. They make horrible decisions, especially wealthy men. They make horrible decisions.
Bad dudes on that ass. She had Erykah Badu. Whoever hit that ass was whooped. She's whooped mad motherfuckers. Listen. Some people can do it. Brittany Renner, there's a reason why these dudes kept dating. There's a reason why she had the keys to motherfuckers' houses. There's a reason why she had all this stuff going down. But I'm going to say, all right, let me get up out of here because I got to go to bed. It's been over 3 hours, and I got to go to bed. I know we usually go long and stuff like that, but we'll be back. Man, Joe, we're going to have you because I'm going to have to start talking about your boy Kevin Samuels because I'm going to have to because, you know what I mean? I think he's doing wrong, and we're going to see. And I need someone to support and who defends.
What's wrong with Kevin Samuels?
Okay.
You can both come on and defend this motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, I'll stay because, like I said, I haven't missed a YouTube broadcast since November. I watched all of them. I watch them every week.
So we're gonna talk about Kevin Samuels. I'll be back doing that. Anna and me will be back talking about this motherfucker and everything else that he's doing. Is he really good for women? Is he good for black women? Or is he really just, you know what I mean, just making money, just capping out here? We will talk about all that. I want to thank everybody.
Tomorrow night, Sunday night.
I'll figure out a day. We'll see. Well, thanks the people who came on. KP, as always, Mandrell, thank you. And as always, thanks to Anna for just coming here and rocking with me. And she ain't got to, but she does. Make sure you subscribe to the Red Lipstick Club podcast and all that good stuff. And
girls, I'm talking about the real shit, okay? And not this capping shit that's happening right now.
It just depends on the guy what I'm looking for.
Hopefully, we explain to you exactly why people cheat.
Stay sexy.
Hopefully, that's what you got and everything else. And if you like what I do, is please thumbs up this, spread this across the room, and as always, subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.